You were good. Yep.
We're live.
We're live.
All right, good. Yeah. Good. Well, I mean, at some point, it's your fault because every guest we have in here complains about the mic. Every single one.
Well, he's not complaining about the mic. He was slouched over, and I didn't know if he was going to sit up and look like a normal human being.
Okay.
That's your intro? Christ.
Oh, sorry. Today on the Minihane Show, Martha's Vineyard, Biden, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, it's better.
We're here to have
That's
fun.
better.
We're here to have fun. I'm not going to get caught up in the...
You're like Dale. You just want to have fun.
Oh, it's the playground. Did Brady win today or did they lose?
Yeah, he's losing when I left, and check that.
Get a final for us.
He's not having a good day.
Good. Is Mac Jones out for the season?
He's out for a while, I'm guessing. That looked painful.
It better be real, because if he's not painful, he's a pussy.
That's true.
If I'm a Patriots fan, that'd be my biggest concern. You almost want it to be, though.
I don't know what's a bigger concern, that he sucked or that he limped off in agonizing pain.
I watched a little bit. I watched so much of the golf. Which I thought, you just said, I thought was pretty good. They hung in much better than I thought they were going to be.
Well, I mean, after the first day, but you knew.
It was over after
Did you ever think it was in jeopardy?
No, but for a couple of hours today, I was like, at least they're keeping it semi-interesting.
I mean, I love the President's Cup. I love the Ryder Cup. It's mesmerizing.
President's Cup stinks.
It has to be some,
and I have friends on the team, so for me, it's different.
You and Kiz?
Yeah, I was messaging with Kiz during the tournament.
Kiz did nothing.
That's not true. Chemistry.
Kiz just lost. He lost the last match of the day.
It didn't matter though.
Yeah, no,
it was over there. But yeah, not a lot. Freddie did a great job. So congratulations to America.
And there's like 2 players on the international team that anybody in America has ever even heard of.
Ooh, Hideki and Adam Scott. True, but you saw these new guys that played pretty well.
Yeah.
Siwoo Kim beat Justin Thomas.
I heard
Kim is a star.
Azinger was kind of on the edge there. He's talking about all the Koreans.
I heard him say that.
There's 4 Koreans, and they sure did.
They're showing emotion, he said.
I was waiting for him to say, I can't tell the difference, but they're all...
Well, some are pretty fat. So
they are round. I don't think
Sanjay M is huge.
They are round.
Yeah. So, but I enjoyed it. But anyway, so what's going on, Dave? So you're back with Gerry.
Oh, yeah. Long time no see with
First time Gerry was in studio here on this show since
you guys illegally recorded us.
Well, yeah, but since he got laid off at EI, I mean, the first time he came in after that. So that was like pre-pandemic.
Right. Wow. I thought I would remember how to get here, but I didn't.
No?
I had to punch it in the...
It's on Main Street. I know. It's not that difficult.
Plus, you have to go right by EEI, so I got a little...
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. Right.
So, and then you walked in. The studio looks a lot different.
Yeah, done a lot of work on the place.
It's magnificent.
I feel like I'm at...
fucking unbelievable.
I feel like I'm at Pat McAfee's studio.
What's going on?
You got to stand up and wear a tank top.
I told you, he quit the WWE, right?
He did, yes. You're right about that.
Every time I read,
he's got a new job. I know, it's incredible.
He's got a new job. He's making $20 million a year. It's not enough.
Good for him. I mean, Jesus. Why isn't he on, like... He's not doing color on any of these NFL games, all right?
No,
he's doing college.
He will
do
college. But he'll do Amazon. It's inevitable.
Does he wear a freaking tank top when he does that college football show?
He does not. He's wearing a suit.
Does he add anything to it or no?
Yeah, ratings were up too. I think both weeks. So
does he put a funny hat on or a head on like Lee Corso?
Oh, that's like Glenn Campbell at this stage now. I see people tweet that out. Have you seen that? It's bad.
Yes.
It's not. I feel like there's no reason to be. That's like either from Barstool. We have somebody at Barstool who does that. Alex Bennett's kind of mom. She's older. Same thing. It's just like cruel.
And everybody says, well, it's just like our president. Like that's supposed to make you feel better.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't, I don't understand. So what's going on, Colleen?
I was going to ask Gerry if he was all fired up. The squad was in town last night. Did you see this?
I did.
They
the whole squad.
Oh, yeah, I saw. They did a show. Where was it?
It was in Somerville Theater.
Oh, yeah. Davis Square Theater?
Near me. I could have popped over. Did you see her goons
That's what I was going to say. Your crew, Mass GOP crew, got the shit kicked out of them.
Beat up her opponent.
Good. I like that. And, be aggressive. Fight back.
Her opponent's a former boxer. I think he could.
Is he an actual boxer, or is he like that fatso from Ohio who claimed to be in the military? Your GOP guy.
I'm not sure. It's a good question because he didn't do much damage.
What did that guy in Ohio say? He was like a Navy SEAL or something. What was his? The guy the Republican who's running for. Is it governor? Yes.
J.D. Vance?
No, not him.
He was
Who's
a
the
Marine.
Guy? Not him. Who's the guy? You know what I'm talking about, Dave? Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
There's some guy whose military record is totally bullshit. No, not J.D. Vance. Not the guy who wrote that lousy book.
That would be Danang Dick Blumenthal down in Connecticut. Said he was in Vietnam.
That's true. He did say that. Yeah. That's true. It's like chaps.
He looks like he got Agent Orange in his face. He looks like he's all malformed.
So they were all at Davis Square last night?
Is that where that theater is? Yeah, Davis Square, and some kind of melee broke up. But I saw Jim Lyons. Isn't that your guy? One of your guys at Mass GOP?
Yeah.
He was like...
He's a drip,
Jim Lyons, I met a couple of guys that grew up with him. They said he was the toughest guy in Somerville, and everyone was afraid of him. And I never knew that. And
really?
I'd see him now, and I wonder... He doesn't seem like he could kick your ass, but he can.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he used to, maybe not anymore, but
Yeah. I see a few deal signs here and there. I think he's going to win the real deal.
I don't know, but I'm voting for him.
Is Howie back to backing him now?
Good question.
Now that it's
well,
the only option?
like I said, though, I respect the fact that the Massachusetts Republicans are like, fuck it. We know we're not going to win, but we're going to nominate an actual Republican. Like, I actually don't hate that because, you wind up with Charlie Baker, fucking Democrat,
Right.
which I told you for forever that Charlie Baker was a phony. Yeah, just like I told you Mitt Romney was a phony. Yes.
You were right, and you were
yes,
right.
Yes, phonies. Whether you like it or not. Look, I don't want to. I'm down the middle.
Right, yeah.
I'm like Glenn. Who did Glenn like? He was Rubio.
Paul Ryan. Oh, Rubio.
He loves Rubio.
It's a Rubio
He's a
Republican.
Rubio guy. But but you can't so what? So Maura Healey's gonna be what's the fucking difference? As opposed to
There's no difference.
Some
No difference.
rhino.
It's worse. It's worse. Charlie Baker's worse than
I agree.
Maura Healey because he gets your hopes up and you think
Right.
he might have. Think of what he could have done. He could have been our own Ron DeSantis if he stood up to the Globe or stood up to the
But he wouldn't get
squad.
elected.
But I'm talking after he got elected. If he said, "I'm going to, dig in my heels and fight these people,"
He wouldn't get reelected then.
right? He wouldn't get. But he was a lame duck anyway.
True. He's gonna run for president.
Did you see what he did with the Martha's Vineyard thing? He sent in the National Guard to save them, from the 50 migrants.
Right.
And he said that they should investigate DeSantis criminally. He's just a backstabbing.
I told you that. I told you with us.
You were right.
Okay,
all right.
Kirk was right.
I made one political donation in my life. And it was
to Charlie Baker. You told me
I'm
this. Yeah.
Embarrassed.
You didn't get behind like Scott Brown or anything?
I didn't. I mean, I was never going to donate to anybody.
That
anyway.
was his middle school teacher who got behind Scott.
Oh God.
That's not right. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm kidding Scott. Actually, I don't.
But
I don't even
our
know.
boss at the time asked us to donate to
Not
Charlie
mine.
Baker.
Who is this?
This was Julie Kahn.
Oh.
She had a fundraiser.
Idiot.
And so you go to the thing and it costs.
Well, how we used to call her?
I'm not sure. It sounded
Sound like
I don't know.
idiot. Yeah.
But boy, I regret it.
How much did you donate?
I think it was like $250, and you got to go to have lunch.
Oh, that's exciting.
And we weren't. You weren't there yet, I guess, because she made us
I must
kind of
adjust.
pressured all of us. So this is going to be great for business and everything. And I didn't mind. He was a Republican at the time.
Right.
I didn't realize he'd turn out to be the biggest snake in the world.
Did he cry on command for you? Or no?
Yeah, remember that man when he was made up? Yeah.
That was great. And we got into a fight with him.
You were right. All right, you were right.
that's
He is
fine.
a snake.
I'm not here to, but we got into a fight with him kind of at the Jimmy Fund one year. Remember?
That's right.
About the judges because which wasn't really his fault, but I was being dickish and yeah.
Yes, and you ruined it. We used to have a good relationship with the guy.
Oh, it's a shame. Yeah.
At the time, I didn't know he was such a snake.
Do you root against the Jimmy Fund now, like I do?
No. I don't root against the Jimmy Fund, but
No, it's the most wonderful place. Glenn tweeted
the happiest place,
his place.
which I thought was Disney World, but happiest place.
And even though their ratings and their numbers are in the toilet, they can just keep inflating year after year.
Actually,
It gets
you guys
bigger
ready
and
to this point
better.
go up during Jimmy Fund Week. It might actually be. They might be at that point now. People are like, oh wow, this is more fun. Great.
Tomorrow is 10 years since our friend Avalana passed away.
I didn't really know her. I didn't know her. It
That's
was.
right.
I came the year after.
Yeah, well, that was
yeah.
great. Those we were very committed to the Jimmy
Yeah.
Fund in those days.
Oh, and I think of Miles all the time too. Another
that's
great
right.
kid.
That's right. Miles Goldberg,
Yeah,
great
he was
kid.
awesome. He died right after my mom did. My dad did.
I actually had to talk you out of coming to the funeral.
Yeah.
You were like at your your father's
dad's,
bedside.
yeah, I think.
And you're like, I'm coming. We drove to
New Hampshire.
Durham, New Hampshire for the funeral. I'm like, no, you're not coming. Yes, I'm coming. And I had to say, Kirk, you're not thinking straight. Your
He was a
father's
great
dying.
kid. Yeah.
I know. Remember we went up to the custom house and behind the clock and everything?
Yeah,
It was
the
one of his things he
pool and
wanted to
everything?
do. Yeah, they're playing pool up there.
I don't think I've unfollowed him on Twitter yet. Can I do that?
I don't think I have either.
Okay.
But,
All right.
you know,
Fine. I'll mute him. It's fine. No, he was great. He was great. Great guy. So what else is going on?
So we got nothing new with the Ime Udoka, or however you say his last
Well,
name.
here's my take.
situation?
I have a couple of thoughts on this still to this day. So Ime Udoka, the coach of the Celtics, they had after we got off, we did a little quick show just taking phone calls on Friday, and the Celtics had a bizarre press conference.
Right.
A truly, but like almost
I
better
actually
off.
did. I actually did a quick reaction to that too.
Is that available on Locals?
I wasn't going to.
Well, tell the people where to go. You're here.
Go to callahan.locals.com.
All right, go ahead.
But I'm sitting there going, I'm with you. I'm watching, and I'm going, this is bizarre.
They shouldn't have even had it
I
because they can't say anything.
Well, I said before, I go, I don't know what you're going to get out of this because they're going to say it's all private, it's all personal.
There's legal, legally.
There's all kinds of
right.
legal reasons. But here's the problem: is they think they're protecting the woman, the victim.
Right.
She's not. Is she a victim? Do you call her a victim? If she's an underling,
Well,
guess
it sounds like it does sound like
like she's a victim.
from that guy Shams' tweet that he was definitely aggressive after. It seems like
And then that guy, who's that? Matt Barnes
Matt
saying
Barnes.
it's 100
Matt
times
yeah,
worse.
but again, that doesn't help though. Like what does that mean?
100 times
See,
worse.
it makes
just
it worse.
means
But
bad.
Well, I know, but what's 100? But like,
But here's the way I
means
look at it.
non-consensual hookup. It means
Right.
bigger
but then
than
why?
that.
But then why? How does he have a job then? Why didn't they fire him?
I was going to say that you can't just suspend a guy if he's forcing himself.
Well,
on
clearly
women.
they don't want him back. You heard Grousbeck basically say after a year we're going to see it feels like it's legal at
But
this point.
here's what I thought they would have done by now is leak out some more damaging information because it sounds like it's out. I mean, Matt Barnes, that was pretty powerful stuff saying he defended Udoka
Initially.
and then he said he got more information. It's 100 times worse.
Changed his mind, right?
So if he can get it, why can't the Boston Globe? Why
Well,
can't
they're
the
not gonna
Boston
report it.
Herald?
Well, we do this all, but
why
I mean-
can't Brian Windhorst or
Well, because the Boston Globe is now part of that switch the narrative to Brett Favre movement.
So that was my other thing is
But it could be it
what's
could
her
be
name?
Jackie McMullen. It could be somebody.
Janae Ulster. What's her name?
Yeah, I forget. Jamie Ulster?
Janae, I
or
think so.
something-
She wrote,
something
and
like
look, like the idea that, so I mean, I can do that. I can flip this if you'd like. Let's say Steve Kerr got caught up in this, and Brett Favre was doing this. Do you think anybody would be paying less attention to Steve Kerr?
I haven't even
or Greg
responded to all the
Popovich?
people.
I think
Right.
I think one, or like Brett. It would be a bigger story if Tom Brady were stealing, which would be great if he was stealing money from like Mississippi or something. But Brett Favre, it would be like, put it this way: if Greg Popovich got caught up in the scandal, right today, the same thing that Udoka did, and Julius Erving was stealing from the state of Tennessee. Nobody paying attention to Julius Erving.
It's so stupid. I haven't even responded to people tweeting at me every time I've tweeted about Udoka. So what about Brett Favre? And
Great.
I go, what?
Great. The media's wide open. Everybody pay more attention to Favre. Let's go. I'm fine with it.
It is pretty dirty, but I think
it sure
like,
is totally dirty.
But it's not. This is the real world.
I'm
Like,
going to
this
tell
is
you
bullshit.
why I'm ignoring it, the Brett Favre thing, because he's white. All right,
That's fair. It was reasonable. I figured you were.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And why are you paying attention to the Udoka situation?
because it's a Boston Celtics coach. But here's what's going to happen: if you don't want to defend Udoka now, because it's going to get worse before it gets.
I think
better.
it was Belichick. It definitely wouldn't be covered because he's white.
Right.
I feel very confident about that.
No question.
Very confident. I mean, it's just so. It's like the Favre story is also like it's just easier to click on TMZ for human beings. We all do it. It's all gossipy. We understand it. It's just it's a juicier story, and it's
He's
active.
an old retired guy.
The guy just coached a team to the finals. And by the way, it becomes a bigger story when nobody knows what's going on. Like once it's defined, it kind of starts floating away.
Yeah.
Now it's just speculation. People
But the Celtics, I will say this: they did what they could. You can't reveal anymore. You can't sit there and say, "Let me."
They could have just not held a press conference.
But they feel like they're doing the right thing, and I think they are. Although I think they should fire him.
An asshole, but yeah.
I was waiting to credit. To be honest with you, was like you watching the press conference. I said, "This is going to be disastrous," but it wasn't.
No, but Brad
Stevens sounded sincerely pissed off.
What did you know after? Did you didn't know before?
I know what I think you alluded to. I think he's done.
Definitely. He's definitely never coaching the NBA.
And there's got to be some legal reason or whatever.
Well, if he's thanking the Celtics how they're handling the situation, that's
some
just
agreement is happening,
which everyone's
for sure.
agreeing they
But the
basically are botching this.
person who talked to Matt Barnes is going to talk to someone else, right?
I would think they already have.
Right, or talk to, like I said, Jackie McMullen or Wojnarowski.
Well, whoever leaked it to Wojnarowski and to the other guy.
Right,
they're
going to.
That actually, you brought up a good point. That actually should have been their play, right? This is an HR issue. This is an
we
internal
can't-
HR
we
issue.
can't
We
talk
can't
about it.
speak
We
on
can't
it
talk
anymore.
about it.
Go to town and speculate all you want, but we're not going to.
You can release a statement, which is what they did. They said he's suspended. They could say he's suspended for a year. Right now, we can't. It's an internal issue. We can't talk
starts in
about
a couple
it.
days. You can't.
Who cares? They get the coach. As long as the coach isn't, beating up women between now and then, they should be fine.
He did once
He hasn't
upon a
choked a
time.
girl in like 15 years, so they should be
When
fine.
he was a kid.
But that being said, like real quick though, let me say I am not one of these people because I saw. Oh, now they hired a coach who had. He did it in 2009. Like, should he never be able to coach in the NBA? Be a head coach in the NBA? If he's cleaned up, it seems like alcohol was a big thing.
Right, you pay your
clean. That seems to
my
be
old,
like,
my old Michael Vick theory is, if you go to federal prison for a couple of years, you
Right.
paid your dues.
yeah, it's your Sinai theory. Like the guy's been in jail now for 10 years. I mean, what do you want to do? Jesus.
You know what? I feel like in this day and age, they're like John Fetterman. He would say that. He'd say,
sure.
how long do you want him to spend in jail? But one last on the on the Udoka thing.
There you go.
Is the season starting in a few days? You can't just say we're dumping the coach. But the
But
dumbest thing.
why not?
Why?
Why can't they just say, hey, it's an HR matter?
Because Stevens and Grousbeck will be available to the media anyway in a couple
And
of
they
days.
can say we just can't comment on it right now.
They sort of did that. But Brad Stevens swore and he cried and it worked.
And he blamed, by the way, he blamed Twitter. I'm like, fucking blame your organization. Fuck this up.
Right. Blaming Twitter because people are speculating when that's all they can do. There's no answers. That's your fault.
It sucks. I mean, it does suck. Like, it does suck for the women who aren't involved and the women who are involved. Like, it does. But this is also the real world.
I saw some women saying how cruel, and I'm saying, it's Twitter.
Yeah, but I mean, it sucks.
Twitter.
I mean, it does suck when, I get that. If you're not involved. No, I know, but it's not a good day.
But here,
Why, you disagree, Courtney?
I'm mixed on that one because as long as
you sound like Kirk now.
What do you mean?
You moderate?
No, but as long as if those women didn't do anything wrong, they have nothing.
I agree with Callahan on that. I agree with Callahan.
It's just a nuisance, but I don't think it's like over the top. If you work for a sports team, you probably know in a situation like this.
Well, I don't know if you take a job for a sports team and you're whatever.
Yeah,
that's not the same.
Did you see Stephen A? The dumbest thing he's ever said. The dumbest, blaming the team and all that. Yeah. This should have remained private. All right, lay this out for me. How could a team suspend their head coach for a year and probably fire him privately? Well, how could that be done privately?
I wonder. I mean, were they going to do that if Woj? I mean, who leaked it to Woj? The Celtics, we think, or no?
That's a good question. I don't know.
But, I mean, obviously, it's not the Udoka camp.
But again, Celtics media day is like.
I mean, we have to start speculating, don't we? Wasn't it like an executive's wife or something like that?
Was that what people are saying?
There's something along those lines. So
Stephen A. I saw Alex Reamer wrote it. I didn't retweet it, obviously, given where he writes, but he's right in this. I got in a fight with Stephen A. about whether it's Ray Rice, look it up. Whether it's Chad Johnson, look it up. Whether it's Mayweather, look it up. Whether it's now Udoka. Stephen A. has a weird predilection.
Bryant. I think he defends Howard Bryant too.
He has a weird predilection for defending people who are abusive to. I don't quite understand.
And this is a strange one because there's no way you could keep it private. Unless he's just. I know sometimes he just. Well, he doesn't think it through.
I mean, it's a race card play, right? I mean,
I guess.
I don't know. What did I fight? Oh, about Floyd Mayweather, right?
I forget, but you ruined that one too. You ruined that one too.
Terrible.
You ruined that. You ruined Michael Lupica. Yeah, you ruined all my favorite guests.
Has Lupica been on your show yet?
No.
Why not?
I don't.
You're not famous enough anymore?
No, I'm not famous. I don't even want to call because then he won't call me back and my feelings will be hurt. So
what did he? Oh, he made up. He got fooled during the Adam Jones thing.
Yeah, that's great. That was so great. And he wrote a whole
They never took it down.
It was up there. It might still be up there. That kid punked him. A kid from
Woburn, right?
Woburn kid pretended he was there and heard everything. And Lupica wrote a whole column. That was the only witness to it. A kid that made it all.
Right, and everyone's like, oh. So, what else?
Lupica is still writing right now? Is he still?
He'll write till he dies. He's very prolific.
Still at the Daily News?
Yep, he writes for Daily News. He writes books.
Jesus.
He writes magazine stories. He writes. I think he's one of those. I think he's a former alcoholic. It just.
Oh, he is? I didn't know that.
All his energy into.
I never dealt with it. I heard all my dealings with him. I thought he was boring, but all my dealings with him were great. All these stories are legendary of him being a giant asshole. I never dealt with ever. Even like when I used to do weekends, he would come in sometimes because I think he had a kid at BC.
Right, BC.
So he would do his show from like Meter's booth.
Right.
Like he was great when I was like nobody. He was great. Like
he was great to me. I got to know him when I was a kid. You know, like
right. He was good, right?
He put me on. I was on
Sports Reporters.
Sports Reporters, right? Because of him.
Because you would bunk night before Bill Conlon, right? You would sleep over with him.
Yes, right.
He was great.
Yeah, no, he was good, but other people just hate him. They just hate him, and I guess his tantrums are legendary.
And in like the press box.
Did you see that tantrum today in the press box? Have you seen this?
Yeah, the old Miami quarterback.
Yeah, Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator for Buffalo, just throws a tantrum, just got thrown back.
That's what people tweet. It's true. The best part of the end is the hand.
Someone puts a hand over the camera
after he loses. Like if somebody behaved in an office like Brady did, breaking 2 of these tablets, I have no patience for that kind of attitude. You can't be destroying property.
Brady's made a deal. He's going to keep playing at 45, but he gets to play by his rules. You know,
stinks now,
he gets to take 11 days off in the middle of training camp.
Another guy
to go to the Bahamas.
Another guy was right about total phony.
You see that his TB12 is like part of the curriculum in some Florida school system.
Terrifying.
Good.
Terrifying. No. You know, Jerry's fine with that, but like telling these kids what to do in school, the fucking Alex Guerrero comes in.
Would you?
I'd rather have me
stretching or sticking dollar bills in the drag queens.
Fine by me. I don't care. You sure? Yeah, that's fine. So, Brady's face about to fall off too. Jesus,
he's so skinny. He's
got all that. What's that in his face? The filler,
Botox.
Botox. Yeah, it looks terrible.
What that is?
That can't be healthy.
I don't know. He's, did he lose? Callahan, check that for us, will you? Or
He did lose. They lost. They tried. They tied.
14-12.
They had a touchdown that tied, but then they convert the 2-point conversion.
I guess it was a real boring bad game for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Somebody told me there's like a Botox for hair called PP something or something like
thinking
that. I
about
could
doing
take
that?
some shots instead of getting the whole thing
Are
done.
you considering it?
I'm considering everything. Everything's on the table.
Yeah. I mean, let me see. Yeah, it looks about as thin as
What's
today's?
Are you getting a hair restoration?
Kirk's saying I'm balding, and it's in my head.
Do you know Kirk was about to get one, and I negotiated the deal for him, and he was going to get paid $8,000 to do it.
$8,000.
And the hair
More than that,
transplant?
but yeah.
Yeah, for free.
Because that's expensive.
But I prefer to. I just like it better like this. I want to look like Gerry when I saw him at that 5K. And his freaking head was about to fall off.
That was like 2 days.
You looked like literally like your head had been carved.
When was the last time you had partable hair?
1996.
96?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was actually the weekend that Fred Couples won the Players Championship. I still remember that. So yeah. It's been
I didn't
26.
see Freddie Couples in any celebration videos.
I saw him
Is he
today.
all business?
Yeah, I saw him hugging.
Was he drinking out of the cup?
No, he's not a big drink. He doesn't drink really. He doesn't imbibe. We had him on the other day.
How'd that go?
Great. It's great. It was hard hitting. I kind of grilled him, but it was a
Did I
good
ever
thing.
tell you I was supposed to spend a weekend with him?
Yeah, yes,
I
you told me that. Yeah. Didn't happen though.
I was all
fun.
set up. I was flying out to Seattle, and he canceled.
Well, it was ass-kissing
a
SI
stupid-
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a thing SI did, one of these ideas, these themes, and it was hanging out with people who are huge sports fans, famous people who are just big sports fans, devoted to their teams, whatever, and they wanted ideas from people. And my idea was Rush Limbaugh, who jets to
Royals and
every Steelers
Chiefs
game.
and wasn't Royals too, right?
Steelers.
Wasn't
It worked for the Royals, but he
Yeah.
lived for the Steelers. He'd go to every game, fly up wherever
They
they
said
were.
no?
And I said, I'll go hang out with them for a game. They just said, not,
Who was that? Who
Not
said no
interested.
then?
I think it was the managing editor at the time.
that Mulvoy guy or not?
No, it wasn't Mulvoy. It was his successor, a guy named Bill Colson.
Nice guy or not?
Yeah, a nice guy. But the whole play, I mean, it was New York. They were all liberals.
I think it's Charlotte Wilder running.
They had
Is she still there?
Yeah, it was that way anyway back
What
then.
is Sports Illustrated now? Monthly?
I don't know. I
You don't get it? You don't
I
get it?
stopped after 40 years. And I'll tell you what triggered me was they had this cover. I don't know if you saw it about the WNBA, and the headline was, "Why aren't you watching the WNBA?" And the whole thing was scolding you for not watching the WNBA.
So you
and I said,
unsubscribed.
I'm done. Yeah. And
You see that headline this weekend? There was a lot of WNBA players are reconsidering going to Russia going forward. I think that's
that
a
right?
smart call going forward.
They said some guys are still playing though. I read some story. Yeah,
Really?
The money's probably great.
It is great, but it's still gutsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still in jail, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The swap didn't happen for the fucking
They're working
the
on it.
killer or the arms dealer, whoever he is. The guy.
What's it called? The murder.
Murder. Yeah. What is it? It's like some.
So, he had a nickname. What was the nickname?
Oh yeah, I forgot that guy.
I forget.
The Merchant of Death.
That's what
he was
it
the
is.
Merchant of Death.
How are things going in your world with Craig? Who I talked to you on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
I brought up Montante, who's obviously also disabled, essentially.
Montante.
And it seemed to me like you rate. We talked about this for a minute. I think you rate Montante higher than Craig.
As a personality?
Just overall, like I think if Montante could push buttons, I think you would.
That chapstick on your desk has more personality than Craig. Thanks, Ironhead.
It's true. He is a zero. Would you replace it with Montante now? Or not?
I don't even remember how Montante was on the buttons. I don't.
He was a disaster. He did one day because after he left for here, we had all those people. We had the military guy who stunk. We
That's
had
right. Who lied? He's a good guy, but he just said sorry.
lie.
I think I overestimated my abilities.
Did you have to produce it, Dave, or no?
I was doing
was
it
his
on the
fault.
train
Oh,
back from New York.
I don't doubt that.
It was his fault.
Partially my
I
fault.
said, I don't know the technical side, Dave. You got to tell me, can he handle it? And Dave said, oh yes, definitely.
Well, I mean, he clearly
Train back from
manipulated
what?
me,
When we went to Barstool?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, he was all
But he was
hungover.
on my. Yeah, you were
So
texting
excited.
me nonstop.
Get to hang out with the Barstool crowd.
That's not
No,
true.
you told me you got wasted.
Oh, that's right. You got drunk, right? Didn't you go out drinking with the salespeople or something?
Yeah.
I didn't get drunk. No.
Did you go with the
there was a
salespeople?
sales event, but I didn't get
Yes.
drunk.
No,
No.
you did.
You couldn't pay me $1 trillion to go to the Barstool sales event.
nice
Literally,
event.
if you put $1 trillion in front of me, I wouldn't go.
Why not?
Because I hate salespeople. They're the worst. They're slime. They suck. They're whores.
They did a good job tonight, by the way.
What'd they do?
I don't know. Why don't you look at your desk?
Oh, what happened to the...
It looks pretty light. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
I know, but then there'll be 4 on Wednesday and then 2 on... I mean, I don't
you're
know. Who
right.
even cares? I trust these people. So, I've always said that's the one... Barstool is great in every way except the way it's exactly the same as Entercom as the salespeople. They're exactly the same.
The weasels.
You could swap them. You could swap Hockman and Hackett and all these idiots
It's
for...
shadier in radio, though. It's definitely shadier in radio.
But I don't know because you know them. They used to come by. You know the ones who think they should be on the
Right,
air,
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
fucking guy who reached out to your brother-in-law before you knew you were going to get fired to
That's
see
right.
if
That was Hawkman.
Hawkman, yeah.
No, after I was
Moskowitz, all these
fired.
guys who think they could be right. All think they could be on the
and
air.
I said, and I texted him. I said, "You got to be kidding me! You think my brother-in-law is going to go back on EEI?"
Did he ever text you back or no?
No, never heard back. No, never heard back.
But anyway, yeah, salespeople suck. Well, because Colin, yeah. So would you make that switch if you could?
No, because I'm not sure he could do the buttons.
If he could, I said.
Technical.
Yeah, if he
probably
could.
not.
I'm a Craig guy, but you can train anyone to do what you do. Like you can train anyone.
What is it about Craig that makes you a Craig guy?
He's just a nice guy. I think he knows
There's a
what
lot
he's
of nice
doing.
guys out there. The guy at the fucking Halfway Cafe is probably a nice guy.
Yeah.
So who
Right.
cares?
He's a good guy.
What do you
He's a
want me
nice
to say?
guy.
He's a good
Wonderful,
guy,
yeah.
yeah.
And he can take a beating like
He's a
Cullinane.
producer. Why
He's
do you have
not-
to say he's like a dud? Like he's not supposed to be an on-air
Well, he's
guy.
on,
He's a
but no,
producer.
that's not true. You're on air.
You asked me
The way
what's
Gerry
going
does
on,
it too.
so
There's,
I
but
say
there's
it.
two people talk. There's two people on that show.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, but I mean, like if he had a good personality, you'd use him more.
See, the problem is I care about stuff probably too much. Like care about stories and what's going on in the world, and
You know, like Craig's
it's
particularly
hard to
interested in
find
that?
some. Well, Cullinane's not either. I
No,
mean,
it's
he
a
can-
perfect show for
God.
Colin. though.
I said that. And
a battle work
people
for
don't even
Gerry.
believe me.
What's
but-
that?
It was a battle working for Gerry, pretending I cared. But I mean, I was
Nobody
used to that
for a
radio.
second thought you cared about anything politically. You didn't fool a single person.
That's true.
It's what he cares about, his hair, right? He cares about his hair.
Cares about hair and like you always say, like whether he's like when that whole thing happened the other day with Kiz, I should say, and Freddie, and like I didn't understand your tweet. Remember, I thought that because he was like, "What's the point of this tweet that led to Freddie coming on?"
Yeah.
When you tweeted from the show, I didn't understand. So I said it to Riggs, and Riggs was like, "Oh." And the point is, I said to Riggs, and you always say, "I don't understand a single thing Colin tweets."
I said,
Doesn't make any
Why is that
sense.
but that literally was a chain reaction that got your white whale.
I understand, but my point is, it's a large way of saying I never know what
That's
you're
like the
talking
worst example you could possibly
No, you-
provide.
well,
because
what
it
led to
actually
him coming
works.
on, that's my
it-
point.
Exactly. So it was a horrible example.
Why?
You just forgot the live show. You forgot he said that.
I don't think
No,
since
I
I've
didn't
known
understand
you.
what you were saying.
Since I've known him, I don't think he's ever tweeted something that was like a simple declarative
Coherent? No,
sentence,
no, he's
like
not.
a
He's not-
simple
I don't
like,
think he's capable
noun,
of it.
verb,
He's not capable.
subject.
No. He's not capable of that.
You
He's
read
not.
it.
He's just not. He's not.
Play the hits, boys. Play the hits.
You can be defensive if you want.
I'm
but
not
it's true.
defensive. It's not true. It's not true.
Anyway.
One thing I thought the reason it'd work is his thick skin. He
Oh,
can
for
take
sure.
a beating.
Oh, that's for sure.
Now he's getting sensitive about his tweets.
Why is that sensitive? Is it? I'm going back at you, telling you it's not an accurate statement. How is that being sensitive?
That your tweets aren't coherent? That's not.
Oh, he's got
that's not
little
an opinion.
inside jokes for like his crowd, and they love it. And it's his world.
I'm
It's
a
fine.
fucking nobody on Twitter. I can do it.
I thought you were gonna stop tweeting.
I don't tweet a lot anymore.
Anyway, whatever.
I don't.
He's doing. I will say he's doing
Matate's
great.
good. Matate's good at what he's doing now. He's picking games. He's into it. He's a degenerate.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some of that, money that you have sitting over
Oh,
there,
it's
and
a
that
pile of it.
that
Yeah.
gambling money.
But we don't do any gambling here.
You don't do any. You don't any none of their ads or.
No, we don't do any. I mean, maybe it's. I don't know if it's put in. I don't listen to the show, but we don't. I do no gambling. I do no gambling. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna do like you and pretend to be interested all of a sudden.
I'm interested in football. I'm not a
inauthentic.
gambler. I'm not a.
But you're not.
degenerate.
When you say like, oh, it's a lie, you don't fucking know. You don't care. You're doing
do.
it because it's in right now.
No, I'm in.
Oh,
Kirk,
the
ever
shit,
since I've
Gerry,
known
the
you,
shit.
I've been.
Oh,
I
we're
like
always
football.
talking gambling over the years.
Well, I talk football.
Sure,
I
but
watch
not
football.
gambling.
You and I talk about like Brady.
So when you watch the game, are you like, oh, it's the line during
Yes.
the game? You're
Well,
a
you know,
fucking liar.
yes.
That's bullshit.
Well, here's you're
You're
putting the-
doing it because it's it. I don't blame you.
You're
I mean, I would do
putting
the same
cart
thing.
before the. If I make a pick, then I know the spread, then I'm interested. So as long as I make
I know,
my
but,
picks,
but if gambling went away tomorrow, you would watch the NFL exactly the
Right.
same as you do now.
No, but you're not interested now because you're not actually gambling. You're just
But
you
Yeah,
don't,
but
you
you
don't,
don't
you don't actually gamble.
I know that's
Exactly.
what Matate's trying to get me to gamble. And
Oh,
I
that's a
will.
good- that's a
I
good
will.
idea.
I
That's a
will.
good idea.
But like Thursday night, I was convinced Cleveland was going to win, and I think the other guys picked. Who the hell did they play Thursday night? But Cleveland. So I watched, and I was like rooting for Cleveland. So it gives you a rooting interest.
Why don't you bet on it then? Put like $50 on
I
it.
told him, I said, I'll do that. Put down whatever. Ironhead bets like $5.
He does?
He bet on your guy Kisner, and like I think it was the U.S. Open. He bet him $1 to win like 80 or something.
life changing stuff.
Well, for him.
I go, you bet $1? Why not just make it 10?
I don't know.
I guess, and if it's not, if there's no chance, like Kisner and it might have been the British, then why even bet $1?
I like Kisner, but that was a weird. I like him so much. I was a weird pick. It was a weird.
Was it
pick.
because Zalatoris got hurt?
Yeah, and they're like there's no Dustin Johnson, there's no Koepka, so you saw on the other side too, no Cam Smith, no Neiman.
Yeah, it
like,
hurt them. It hurt the other team. Whatever, the international team. They need to
Colin-
come up with some more.
fucking calling on Friday.
countries.
So we, like I said, we were just in here doing case stuff. So we do like 20 minutes just to talk and put on YouTube. And the President's Cup comes up real fast, and Collahan's like, I got a real problem with. I'm paraphrasing, but this is basically right?
You're on target at the moment.
He's like, I got a real problem with Rory McIlroy. He's like talking all this shit about Liv. He's Mr. PJ. He's not even playing in the President's Cup.
I learned something new on Friday. I was happy to.
They might have to combine,
No, they're gonna do something.
Europe and
They're gonna do something worse.
Take. Yeah,
they're gonna do something worse, which I've heard.
What? Oh, I
decent sources.
Asian guys against the white guys?
No, not that. Mixed event because the Asian women are so good. Literally, they're gonna do. They might make it a mixed event.
Oh, gee.
What? They're gonna the President's Cup?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
That's a terrible idea because people, the Asian women don't have a lot of personality. They're machines.
Well, I mean, unlike who? Like friggin' the personality Billy Horschel.
No, but guys, some
Also,
guys,
does he always not wear a hat?
No, he
That
did the
looks
first
strange.
2 days. He looked weird.
because they don't get the money for the hat. When
Yeah.
you play a regular tournament, you get money for the hat.
Also, they get stomped. The women are way better.
Right.
They probably lose. So yeah, I don't know. Who knows? What else, Colin?
Do you know Stephen A. Smith's got a podcast starting tomorrow with Odyssey? Do you know that?
Oh, is that true?
Yes, tomorrow, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and this is where he gets to talk politics.
Let's see how long. I'm gonna say this show lasts 8 months.
You should let me give Colin an assignment for you. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
He's got a book coming out too. I think it might be already out.
Book him, Dave.
Autobiography, Stephen A. Smith. And you get him on here, Kirk. First question: why do you always defend the guys?
I'll ask him that.
Yeah,
you know that.
I know
That's
you
what he got
will.
mad at me for. We had Floyd Mayweather, and he was giving him a tour around the house,
That was
showing his
unbelievable.
cars
How many
and
cars? How many shoes? Pairs of shoes.
people like Floyd. I still see people tweet. Floyd Mayweather's the biggest scum on earth.
Get that sound.
Didn't he have,
Colin, get that sound. It's so embarrassing.
Didn't he have a fight, Floyd Mayweather, this weekend?
Yeah, but nobody knew about it. I saw, right? It was in like.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who
Is
did
it
he
like
fight?
a real fight or
Is
like?
he like sneaky broke?
No.
Like I know he's made a lot of money, but is he? You never know. Is he like?
Doesn't he own like a
It's
like-
shitload of real
You don't
estate?
think Ortiz is broke?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yes, definitely. Yes, I
Why
say
don't you
definitely.
do the case on David Ortiz?
Yeah, maybe we've kicked that around.
Really?
You never know, Jerry. You never know. Certain yachts also where people may have died mysteriously. Who knows? We're always working on the case.
Did you hear Shattuck the other day say that he thinks that Linda Henry is actually attractive
yeah.
to John Henry sexually?
No.
That is so Shattuck being like, his wife is younger and like it's the same thing, in a way. I'm not saying Alice Shattuck, netted a billion.
No, actually, Alice Shattuck, I think, is more like she's more politically driven than Tom, and Tom was in political talk radio. It actually is not the worst comparison in the world. She could have a higher vision of what Tom Shattuck is because of her interest in politics.
Right, John Henry's pale and Shattuck's pale when he puts his face down and all the cocaine's all over when he gets up. He was like literally, it was like being with Chris Farley like when it was bad at the end. Really? Like the last 2 years of his life. It was out of control and you're just uncomfortable.
I love fat guys who do coke.
He was on with your guy. He was taping today with your guy Montante. Actually,
Shattuck?
he's riding the
Tom.
wave.
He's
riding the wave.
He's doing Montante's podcast, which is just a recap of the show.
Oh, that's right.
It's just-
Montante called me and asked me what I knew about Shattuck because he was preparing for it.
Oh wow, it's like James Lipton.
Well, it's more than most people I know would
That's
do.
true. But it's just a recap show of ours. They're just gonna talk, and then they'll just talk about the same politics. He's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Shattuck stinks.
Nice guy.
Oh, great guy. I love it. God,
He hasn't had you on his radio show, has he?
He's asked, but I don't. I'm not.
Oh,
one
why
of these,
not? It's
because I'm
Odyssey.
not going on Odyssey. I don't
Go
want
on there
to.
and blow it up.
I'm not going to help their ratings.
Go
I always
on
feel
before
like when I go
before it
on there, I'll
fades
go
away.
on. I have to go on anything I can get on, but I always feel like it's annoying to them if I'm on there.
You think even the TIC even know this though?
Probably not.
No.
If someone at Odyssey did, like our old friend, is he still there? Tim Murphy or any of these guys?
I haven't talked to Tim in a while.
I wonder how their stock
I
options
don't know
are
if
doing.
he's still there, but I heard a rumor about him.
What, Tim Murphy?
Yeah.
All right, we can save it for us.
A rumor about him.
Jesus.
Why don't you track that down?
I text him and I text David Field once in a while, like with ratings and stock. I always
Did you
text.
text him the 35 cents?
I did text him. Yeah, I did.
And I asked Glenn, what was the all-time high? He said $57.
Oh my God.
57.
Sure, everybody said he sold at that point,
Yeah,
right?
he sold it, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He sold it all that day.
Like, what does it take for like a stock analyst to actually cover Odyssey? Like, what does it take for CNBC to start talking about how negatively
they've
stock
covered
is
it.
performing?
If you Google
There's 7
Odyssey,
trillion
you'll-
stocks, though, Dave.
I know, but I would have
you'll
thought like
see
a
it.
media
Yeah,
stock.
people do reports if you Google.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, there's no audio.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I've been looking for like analysts.
There's lots of analysis. If you Google Odyssey, you'll see people trying
Oh, there's buy sell ratings. Shit
What
like
is
that,
so?
but-
I was talking about this the other day. So, like, radio's dying. The company's in debt. What make the case for it being something you'd want to buy, even at like like 38 cents.
If they had real estate, like the Globe. I mean, obviously John Henry didn't. John Henry bought the Globe for
Morrissey
nothing,
Bowl,
but he paid $70 million for the real estate.
And their database. I would say their database of individuals that you can market to.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I suppose.
I think.
But I guess the real estate, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I
don't know how much. Did they own the New Balance? They didn't own New Balance.
No. They rent to the floor.
Oh, but you mean
just all over the country?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much like hardware it involves. 235 stations. What do they own?
Like towers?
Towers, maybe. No, I don't think they own towers.
No, they don't. No, I don't know.
There has to be parts you could sell off. Some people think radio is.
Is Andy Hart like a big valuable? Is that?
Don't they still like have a way to manipulate like the audio? It's still the biggest audio platform out there. They have the biggest reach out there.
What does that mean to a fucking stock? Like if I'm buying, so what? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, you've seen that newsletter in New York. It's a subscription only, but I get it, send it to you occasionally.
Yeah. Who you get it from?
And I get it from my spies, my moles. And the guy just is predicting every day that it's going to be bankrupt.
Will your mole be selling books in the market basket anytime
Field's
soon?
going to lose shirt. Field is going to be voted out.
Right.
So,
Well, once they get delisted, he's out. Or no, once they declare bankruptcy.
He's buying more stock right now.
Dave Field is?
He's buying more and more. Yep.
Well, why not at this point?
Really?
It's 35 cents. I mean,
Over the weekend.
I mean, he's going to walk away with, whatever, tens of millions, but it's just going to be
When's our
great.
dinner with him at that hotel?
It's going to be great to know that he drove his father's company into the ground.
Well, his dad's still alive, right?
Yes, he must be old, but he was.
Did you ever
old.
meet him?
I think I did years and years ago, but he was old then. He's got to be, pushing.
I was thinking that
late
time
80s.
we went with me, you, and Dino, met with him for lunch that day at fucking.
At the Ritz? No, Four Seasons.
No, not Boston. The one because Dino wanted to meet in Chestnut
Jesus,
Hill.
That's right. That's right. In Chestnut Hill. And David Field's like, why are we going out here? What?
Guy knows what scheme Dino
His
had going.
hotel was in, I think,
Boston,
the Ritz or Four Seasons. We were here in Brighton, and we all had to drive out there because
Chestnut
Dino
Hill.
had some scheme going. Yes.
And
You know
Dave
why?
Field's-
Because it was across from Milton's.
To get free stuff.
Yes.
And Dino's telling the story, and then Dave Field's like, you know what's great in radio is like I heard a show this guy's like in charge of the biggest radio in America. I heard a show the other day. This guy was taking calls about Father's Day memories, and I was sitting there like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Holy shit! Like you just think like like there's that line all the president's men where they say the truth is he just weren't very bright guys. It's like he's just a dummy who happens to have a dad who did this.
Right.
That's
And
literally
this-
it. That's it.
And usually you just hear about how they've been wildly successful, benefited, like whatever the royal family. They're fabulously wealthy. They don't have to do anything.
Right.
He has done. He's driven it into the ground, and it must be uncomfortable when he's sitting around with his father, and his father's saying, "The stock is what?
Yeah, what are you fucking
What are
doing?
you, what, why
But
did you buy
it was
CBS?"
riding high for a long time though.
Yeah, they had a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably just should have sold it to iHeart. But I think isn't iHeart like fucked up too? They're all
Well, they've
fucked
all
up.
gone. They've all declared
the
bankruptcy.
radio's fucked. It's over. It's dead. It's
But then,
done.
like, you open up that like Twitter, and all of a sudden they're announcing like their latest concert with fucking Elton John and Dua Lipa, like performing in Vegas. So how did they
is
pull it
Eric
off?
Odyssey?
Something like that. Yeah,
Really?
those
Jesus.
concerts are left and right.
Remember, he had that concert down the Cape. Who was it? When
it was U2, wasn't it?
was it you two? It's just some house, someone's backyard.
Yeah,
he
got
paid
in
for.
there. That's what he. But that's
Oh,
what he
that's
likes
like
to do.
Mix 104. They do the beach house.
Oh, is that what it was? He just went for
He
that.
did one of those too. And he'd come up here. One time I went to Springsteen at Fenway.
Yep.
And he was there, and he did one night he took the booth, his EEI booth box over, and one night he had clients and customers, and he was in his suit and tie. And the next night he had his college friends, and one of my cousins went to college with him. So I went up to say hi, and he had the whole outfit on, had like
the jeans.
and a t-shirt and like and the boots. Maybe he had the bandana around his head like Bruce.
Oh my God.
Or should I say Woody Allen? No,
That's not true. He's fucking 73 years old.
I thought he just turned 72 yesterday.
73. He's born in 49.
Christ.
Yeah. Friday.
And I see the big sign outside the garden right now. Get your tickets in March, and you're not going.
Well, I'm going to go. But I told you. Well, I'll tell you this.
You said you're not going to pay $5,000.
I'll tell you in a second. Let me talk about BetterHelp first.
You record those things.
You see what I circled there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I've just been taking a lot of shit for that.
From who?
Sales.
Who specifically?
A good person to us, unfortunately, is the bearer of bad news. A good person to us. Yeah.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. It can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life. But there's no better feeling when you solve it, or at least help with the solution. So you're never going to quite get all the way. We know that, but you can make progress all the time. That's where BetterHelp comes in. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online therapy. You can unload stress, Get some emotional healing. Dig down. Get to the truth of what's going on. Help with anxiety, depression, addiction. That's where BetterHelp comes in for you. I get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. Way more flexible, way more affordable, way easier than traditional therapy. That is true. I hear from people all the time about this. Therapy will get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/Kirk10 today. BetterHelp.com/Kirk10 today to get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. We thank BetterHelp for sponsoring us this week. So what else is going on?
I got to give you credit for that Chris Clemmer tweet the other day, by the way.
What was that?
That was just a dagger to Chris Clemmer.
Oh, I mean, that was
a dozen trivia one.
Just, I mean,
that's sending
low
to
hanging,
fans.
low hanging.
That
low
was
hanging.
an easy one.
Yeah, low hanging. But yeah, we'll be in New York. Well, we have a big week. So tickets go on sale Thursday for the live show at the State Theater in Portland, Gerry. We're doing a show next March.
In Portland, Maine?
Yes, you've been there before, State Theater?
I don't think so, no.
We're there March 25th, 2023. Is that right, Dave?
That is correct.
Tickets go on sale Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll be live in studio as the tickets go on sale, as the bots get ready, just like with Bruce themselves.
Is that the same time Bruce is at the Garden? That's right about the same time?
week, yeah.
Same week.
Same week, yeah. Bruce and I be touring at the same time.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. So yeah, so we'll be there. We'll be here as the tickets go on sale. We'll see. Hopefully the bots don't steal them like they did last time. We'll find out. Yeah. But where I'm at with Bruce, I'm just going to play the long game on this because it doesn't make any sense. Nobody's paying $4,000 for fucking low seats. Nobody. It's not
That's
happening.
on the ticket, or I mean on the.
I don't even fucking
email?
understand it. I don't get it. But no, when you go on Ticketmaster that day, it was already resold. Is that what it was, Dave?
No,
I will say the
it was
original
dynamic
ticket-
pricing. It was
Right. The original price, like the listed prices, are way more than they usually are. So I don't know what's. I told you my theory. He signed that, his publishing away, and with that was like, we control concerts, and you can't say a fucking thing.
Right. And other people.
600 million. I mean, you know.
And whatever. What's his face said? That's what guys are getting now. That's what the acts, big acts.
That's
like
what
that
Landau
are
said when he was talking.
getting. Landau said, look at the competition. They're all getting that kind of money.
Which is crazy to me. I can't imagine, unless you're like. If you're not like a diehard fan, you're going to spend $7,000 for 2 seats?
I have a good friend who went to see Bruno Mars. Asked my wife if she wanted to go with her.
Oh, you just play in Boston, right?
Top 5 concert I've ever been to.
So she said, I'd love to go. Tracy was like, sure, I'll go. Was it Fenway, right?
It was a small venue at Fenway.
Oh, no,
the
it was
new one.
that new
Yeah.
one. So she says, okay, I got some extra ticket. It's $1,100.
Oh my God, did she go?
No.
Oh,
She
Jesus.
said, what? I go, she's not, she liked him, but not a huge fan. She said, who's paying $1,100 to see Bruno Mars?
At a venue like that, it makes more sense at least. Like I
Why?
said, that's
It's Bruno Mars.
I want to say that's 4,000 seats.
So they're all good seats?
So that's still crazy, though.
It's crazy, but it's
you
still.
looking
I
at?
mean,
What are you eating?
Teddy Grahams?
Teddy Grahams?
Yeah.
Did you bring enough for everybody?
No.
Got
I
nothing
did
but
not.
warm water. These guys, why did I come in here?
It's
There's
your
a
question.
good football game on.
What is it?
No, I was watching, Tampa Bay,
there'll
Green
be
Bay.
more good ones
I had,
next
I had
week.
money on Tampa Bay, all right?
did you?
I teased it.
what is the Sunday night
parlay?
football game?
San Francisco and somebody else.
Sunday night? Yeah. Check that, would you, Dave? Check that.
49ers Broncos.
49ers Broncos. I saw it. They kept doing the ad during the golf. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to watch Buffalo. I love Buffalo, watching Buffalo.
Didn't Josh Allen get hurt? No, I thought I saw that, Mo.
Tua got hurt. Tua got hit in the head and then fell down from like a
Got
concussion.
dinged up?
Yeah, got dinged up.
Got his bell rung. He came back?
Yeah.
My guy
that's-
Jimmy G's playing tonight, though, right?
That's the worst thing for the Patriots is Miami's good, and obviously Buffalo's great.
Patriots stink, though. The
know,
season's
but
over.
You think?
Well, Mac Jones is done.
I just looked. They have, obviously, it's going to be tough. They play Miami again, and they play Buffalo twice.
But
they
Mac
have
Jones
some-
is done. They're going to play
They have
the
an
season with
easy
Brian
stretch.
Hoyer, though.
It's true. If Mac Jones is done, they're done.
That's good.
But they have like Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago. They have some winnable games, Kirky.
What was that Courtney Cox tweet about Marcus Smart? Did you see that?
No.
Courtney Cox about Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
No.
It's a girl who took over for the other girl.
This
that's
weekend?
No.
No, I didn't see that. But I'll be curious.
Go ahead.
Who's going to break this?
At the Garden to see Post Malone. And Marcus Smart is here.
Yeah, one second. I'll read it. Was you curious who's going
Got
to break
canceled.
what?
That got canceled like 15
Udoka
minutes.
story. It's going to break. I'd love to bet on that. I'll say Jackie McMullen. Or Woj already has an in, but someone tomorrow is going to break some details.
Jackie McMullen. What the hell? She's not on Twitter, is she?
But once in a while she pops in and breaks stories.
She's not going to do any offensive
through the ringer?
Offensive impressions like she did of Joel Embiid, is she?
That's right.
Okay. At the Garden to see, this is Courtney Cox, to see Post Malone and Marcus Smart is here. He's on the backstage. He's on the backspace stage, but just got the people absolutely capital letters going. Folks on their feet cheering and clapping for him. For the past 24 hours the Celtics have had, this was really great to see.
Oh, jeez.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Oh, God. That's so sad.
What? The fuck does that even mean? What's that mean?
Well, the Celtics
great
just
to
need some
see.
positive energy around it.
Yeah.
And if Marcus Smart's
The
getting them
fans
going.
are cheering for him at a concert?
What does Marcus Smart have to do with the whole fucking story anyway, though?
Well, I mean, I actually thought what Brad said. What was his quote? Like, it would be difficult for the team to go ahead and play tomorrow night with this situation.
Well, I get
Why?
that. Well,
Why?
I could see that.
It's gonna be
Tomorrow
incredible.
will be weird. I could see that. I could see that. But that's different than that tweet.
Dramatic. It's
Marcus Smart's at a fucking concert? And the crowd's cheering for him? Well, no shit. He's on the
That's how they
Celtics.
think. That's how they think now at our old station. It's
Women?
everything- Yeah, no. People there, I mean, and it's not entirely their fault. That's how they survive.
That's how they used to. But others thought like that too, though. Like Dale would think. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. Well, now they all have to think like that. It's a rule. It's a law.
But I just think she's probably like just a fan, I guess. But like, it's great to see the fans are cheering. Like, they're gonna boo Marcus Smart at the concert because Ime Udoka. Like, what the fuck is she
also
talking
like
about?
75% probably had no idea who Marcus Smart
No
was.
shit,
It's just
that-
somebody pumping up
yeah,
a
they
crowd.
cheer and whatever. I mean, I like Marcus Smart's fine. You know.
Well, doesn't Post Malone always wear like game jerseys? Maybe he had a Celtics
Oh, he does?
game jersey. Yeah,
I
that's
would
his
know. He
thing.
canceled his concert the other night.
That's
He
right.
did? What happened?
Yeah, he fell in a hole.
He did?
You see his video.
Did he really?
It's like a little hole in the
It is,
stage, and
yeah.
he goes, boom, falls right.
So
Falls.
I don't know a single Post Malone song.
I don't
right?
either.
I mean, I would because my Kate likes him, I think. But like, what?
I like him because of his personality, but I don't like the music. Like I've seen him interviewed.
He's got all the tattoos, right? He was on with
you know, there's a
Caleb, right?
tattoo.
Yes.
You know, his
Yep.
tattoo across his face or across his forehead. You know what it says? Always tired or something like that.
I
Always.
can respect that.
I said,
I can respect that.
but
Did he have like a plane crash almost a couple of years ago? The
There's-
Landis
Oh, was that
plane?
you
the same
see him
guy?
like with kids or like fans. He seems very cool, but
That's
I'm
good.
not a fan of the music either.
I mean, I might be. But I don't.
no, go ahead. Can he play it?
Yeah.
You won't be. Sounds like every other.
Oh, I know the song. This isn't bad. I like it, but it's not. It's not the Righteous
Would you
Brothers.
pay?
but-
Would you pay $5,000?
No, I'd rather go see. I'd rather go see John Fogerty, if I'm being honest.
I think by
John
doing
Cafferty's
this,
at the Kowloon.
He is.
Yeah.
When?
I don't know. I just saw it on the board outside the.
Would you go to that or no?
John Cafferty. It didn't say Beaver Brown Band though.
He couldn't fit it in there.
I thought they were knocking down the Kowloon.
Wild summer nights. What's that?
I thought they were knocking down the Kowloon. I thought that was
That was all Jared
It's
thing,
in the
right?
plan, but I think it's years off.
I would go see that.
Yeah, right across the street, Lenny Clark and Steve Sweeney.
What a night.
Yeah,
What a
let's
night.
do both. I'll
Yes,
do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
We did, and probably cost the whole thing cost like $50.
How much is the ticket for John Cafferty at the Kowloon, Dave? I was going to go see him a couple of years ago, but it got canceled for some reason.
COVID? He's old.
No, it was
He's old.
pre-COVID. He got sick, but yeah,
Oh,
he's
Vets for St. Jude featuring John Cafferty.
Vets for St. Jude.
Yeah, $37.50 general admission. VIP $79.
Yeah, can you book John Cafferty?
Lock.
Book him. I'll get him
What's the date on it? Was it tonight or yesterday? Because
Oh, already happened.
Oh, it was last night.
one night only.
Never be able to see him
That was a
again.
charity
You can book him here probably. He'll be the house band.
Lenny will never be back on
Probably still
Giggles either.
He's not going to do a show.
Lenny was on Kimmel the other night, and I forgot to watch.
I'm sure it's great.
I'd like to see that.
I think we just gave up. I think how it works now, we gave up 50% of our YouTube revenue just now, just by playing that song. That's like a new, that's like a new thing that they just announced. Something along those lines. You can
Do you
pay.
understand all that stuff?
You can pay YouTube.
Do you think I understand any of that? No.
Remember when we first started this going on YouTube, they would take us down because we played
Play
music.
Wild Summer Nights by John Cafferty, the Beaver Brown Band. That's what I want to hear. That Eddie the Cruiser soundtrack is excellent.
The movie's excellent.
You know what's? So I read the book this year.
No,
It's very good.
really?
Yeah, there was I had never.
It was in Saugus last night, Kirky.
I can see why people say it's a Springsteen novel.
I was going to say, you pay $5,000 for Springsteen. It's $37.50 for that.
knockoff is true.
That's a
What's his
bargain.
biggest hit? I know.
On the dark side,
Oh, there it is.
if he gets it, it's fine by me.
He's probably like right here in Boston right now. Probably spent the night.
I passed out in front of the fucking.
He's at
Halfway
the Halfway
Cafe.
Cafe.
When I think of Halfway Cafe still as a kid,
Eddie
the only
Edelman. All I think of
all
is
I knew
Eddie
was
Edelman.
Nick Cafado's coming out halfway. That's literally it. Did I tell you that I talked to Eddie? Did I tell you this?
No.
Let me tell you, Dave. I told
Yes.
the people this. So before the Wilbur show, the first of the two Wilbur shows, Bill Blumenreich, the guy who owns it or runs the Wilbur.
I was going to go see you, but I went the wrong night. I went the wrong night, and I saw Gordon Lightfoot instead.
Oh, did you go see him or no?
No, I want. If I had to pick, no offense, I'd go for Gordon Lightfoot.
Me too.
Yeah.
That would have been a good intro song for Gerry, by the way. That fucking thing he uses on his podcast is asinine.
Oh, that song's great.
It's patriotic.
Asinine.
You're not American. That's your problem,
It's
Dave.
It's a great tune. I think I'm using it illegally.
This is the Gerry Callahan Show.
Anyway, so
He can't, because he didn't pick it. He can't admit it's a great song.
It just sounds
Producer
absurd.
jealousy. So he's like, I got a friend. How were you there? Oh, you weren't there. It was literally like 2 minutes before the show was starting. And he's like, I got somebody who wants to talk to you. He's a friend of mine. Gives me the phone. It's Eddie.
Who's the intermediary?
The guy who owns the Wilbur. The Wilbur. I talked to Eddie for like 2 minutes before the show. It's like 1,000. I'm like,
I cannot believe he's alive.
He sounded pretty good. Like pretty good.
It's amazing he's alive.
Stunning.
I mean, when I knew him back in the day, he
no?
smoked. Oh yeah, I'd say at least.
Really?
Yes. Google it, Callahan. See if we can get his Wikipedia. Eddie Edelman. He used to smoke. He ate anything. I mean, obviously hot dogs.
Right.
He was obviously overweight.
Right.
But man, he's still going, huh?
Still going.
Born 1937.
Wow, he's
Oh my
year
God.
younger than my parents.
Jesus. So he'd be 90 in 2027.
I saw somebody
Holy
tweet over the
shit.
weekend that there was like a Phantom Gourmet event going on in Waltham. I didn't even know that still existed.
I thought they got rid of one of those kids?
Yeah,
'Cause
Dave.
One night we're in the kitchen at the old station on Huntington Avenue, and we're getting ready to show. It's like 5:45, getting ready to go on.
Yeah.
And I go in and get a coffee, and there's a guy. He's got a big vat of hot dogs, boiling them.
Oh, Jesus.
And he says, "Hey, how you doing? You want a hot dog?" I go, "Hot dog? I couldn't eat a hot. Who can eat a hot dog at 5:45 in the morning?" He goes, "Eddie's already had 6 of them." Eddie was there like day and night for a couple of days because it was
Doing the
his
hot
thing.
dog, yeah.
And he made a fortune off it. But he did. It was great. It was a great event. It was made
For the
money
Joey
for-
Fund, right?
made a fortune for charity, made a fortune for the station. It was
Yeah.
it was a big deal back then, man.
Those guys are dead, man. They're gone. Not dead, but just gone. God, now you get fucking, Andy
Yeah, because
Gresh.
technically anybody could probably. You're talking about the station. I thought you were talking about Phantom
Eddie's,
Gourmet for a
you
second.
think Dino's the craziest person. Eddie's crazier than Dino. Eddie was crazier than anybody.
Yeah, you said that.
I mean, Eddie would want to fight you. I mean, I was standing there when he tried to fight Dino. Say what you want
Fred
about
Smirlis,
Dino.
right?
He went into Fred Smirlis, says, "I'm not afraid of you. Get your feet off the desk." And he was like ready to fight
You
him.
got to be a certain kind of crazy
He
to
is, he
challenge
was.
a former NFL player to a fight.
At this point, I'd say that maybe 10 people in the whole world who could handle Fred in a fight. He was not only an NFL superstar, but he was an All-American wrestler. And
Right.
he was tough as hell, and he had carried a gun.
Well, in my defense, I did challenge both Christian
That's
Fourier
true.
and Steve Diassi to fights.
You did. I was there for both of them.
Yeah.
And
I think I told Steve Diassi, I'll beat the shit out of you. He was looking, I loved, he's a great guy. I could tell he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, take it easy.
Is Diassi still on the radio?
Hey, I don't know. I have no idea. I
they dumped that show.
Oh,
with-
that's
with
right.
Glenn.
That's right. Yeah,
he
Glenn,
still have a
Glenn had
steakhouse?
that scheme going. I mean, that post-game show going on forever.
No, but I know they're great. They're both great guys. Fourier. I can't believe you were almost
Fourier.
fought
That was
Fourier.
Fourier was being a douche too, though.
No, you just-
Diassi did nothing wrong, but Fourier was being a douche.
I know.
too.
I was standing next to Yossi. I'm going, what are you doing?
I
man?
never
You
understood
can't-
Fourier's like, it was funny that what was that producer's name who recorded them? He wound up producing them, but he
Oh, that's
produced
right. I think it was Joey Zarbano.
No. What's the fucking guy's name?
I forget.
Paul?
Yes,
Oh, Paul, right,
yeah,
Paul.
yeah. He was a good guy. But he recorded them saying they wanted to be in the afternoon. Remember, we
Oh, that's
played
right.
it.
That's right.
I was like, I remember saying like, I was like, well, what midday show wouldn't want to be in? Like, should be your goal.
Right, and it was good. It was entertaining. It was fun. But you crossed the line. You
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said.
No, he had me pinned. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No way.
I mean, not at the beginning, but then that one.
Yeah, so what?
Zinger,
So what?
That one.
You gotta
zinger,
have him. You gotta have him.
That was so wild. That was one of the wildest days.
That's happening today. Tomorrow when they cross over, Rich Keefe sees Mego.
I was right in the middle of that. That was so nuts.
You were in the middle of it. That's
Yeah,
true.
I was just like trying to make peace, but it was.
I remember you and Lou were getting that. It was a lot of shit going
Oh, that's
on.
right. I ended up getting it with Lou because he was defending his guy and I was defending
Which is
my
fine.
guy.
Yeah. What else going on?
By the way, randomly,
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown had a concert where we did the VIP at the Wilbur this weekend.
A concert?
Super random. He bailed
I
on a
played
Worcester
some of
show.
Antonio Brown on my show. It's so friggin' bad. You think I don't know, are we allowed to play his rap? It sucks so bad.
Oh, might hear it.
Yeah, get some Antonio Brown.
So he bailed on a show in Worcester. He just
Did he?
no-showed or whatever. And then the next night,
You think I don't know? I was there. I was pissed off.
Oh, you're ready for it?
Yeah, I was in Worcester. I was going to go see the show.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to hearing his music, yeah.
Man, I've been sitting back waiting for the moment, man, to shoot the fire.
Oh, he does one of those shitty intros.
Because the fans ready for you to be back.
Run it, style it. I'm from the pit, not the palace.
Yeah, this is the first song. Yeah, he probably got the club going with this the other night. Why not?
I don't hate it.
You like this?
Why not?
In the coupe with no mileage.
Didn't he just say something about Brady to piss? Didn't he say something shitty
Yeah.
about Brady
I
or
don't pay any
something?
attention to him.
No?
He's a fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, he's
It's
always
pages, they brought him in. Like, that's, what do you expect?
A lot of history at that Hava nightclub. The Wilbur VIP. You got Aaron Hernandez, his last stop before he murders
Is that
people.
where it was? Is that right?
Antonio Brown, probably.
Where-
something.
what's
Were
it
we in the
called?
VIP? That's where it was?
Hava, yeah.
Holy
Hava?
fuck.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bring it up because I gave a shit about that. But
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What's it called? Hava?
Hava, it's underneath the Wilbur.
We did the VIP there. It was nice. It was
couldn't
fine.
have been a more ideal setting for the Kirk Minihane show audience. For them
It was a little weird, but it was nice.
It was with the lighting and the rap music they're playing in the background and stuff. Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Know. Who knows? Whatever happened to Kyle Kennedy? Hernandez's boyfriend.
Ask Turtle Boy. I guarantee he could find him.
He
Yes. Yes.
What else?
Does Turtle Boy still come on the show after the whole Carano fiasco?
Once in a while, yeah. When he breaks a big story. He's on a roll though, man.
How right was I about Carano, by the way? How right was I?
What was that?
Just the Gerry Carano connection just wasn't going to work. Day one, I said that.
Didn't you say he'd do a good job, though?
No, I said he could do it technically, but they wouldn't vibe. Like, they just wouldn't, it wouldn't, yeah.
Did you hear Carano, was going to do this thing where he was going to do a podcast about...
Rome.
But then he didn't do anything. He didn't buy it. Like,
He didn't buy it?
He was going to buy, like Robinson did, buy like an RV and drive around, but he never bought it,
He
right?
tweeted something the other day that sounds like it definitely happened. He went to go buy real estate in Florida, and the real estate agent asked him, what'd you think of it? And he said, well, the shit on the ground. I couldn't get past looking at the shit on the ground or something like that.
Oh.
And the real estate agent said, well, did you like anything else or something?
Oh.
It's like, yeah, that must have happened.
Strange guy. Strange guy.
No, I mean, and as I've said many times, he's a bad fit for a producer. He's smart, and he's sensitive.
Well, he's very sensitive, yeah.
So you can't be those two things. You got to be like.
Would you
Cullen.
prefer
gotta
him?
be-
Would you prefer him over Ironhead right now?
No. You got to be dumb and you got to be
Would you
thick-skinned.
prefer Cullinane over Craig?
Cullen? No.
What?
Because
Yeah, I don't blame
Cullen, he's
Not loyal to you.
Right.
That's
no,
bullshit.
Cullen,
That is
he's
bullshit.
tasted. He's
Dave, true or false? Like,
How am I not loyal
well,
to Jerry?
I can walk you through if you'd
Yeah,
like. So
let's
you were
do
Jerry's.
this one.
You were Jerry's producer,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I reached out to you and said what?
You said, can you find me another producer?
I know. I just said, can you find? So
Yeah,
there any,
do you know anybody?
Any young guys that willing to? That's what I asked.
Yeah.
him.
Do you believe context
what was
matters
your
in this
answer?
situation?
What was your
Colin,
answer?
Colin, we'll provide room for context in the moment if you'd like.
Go ahead.
Colin reached out the next day and was like, you know what? I'd kind of like the job.
I was not. I don't even think it was next day. It was
Offered
that night.
offered nobody else, by the way. Nobody.
Was it a part-time thing, Jerry? Like, was it a part-time
Hey,
job?
he called me and said he wouldn't hire you unless I said it was okay.
No, but it was a
I said, of
part-time
course I
thing.
would.
Well,
It's
I didn't want to,
Oh, everybody was
want it
on
to be
the
a
up and up.
thing.
Oh,
No, you weren't.
No,
because-
I was.
No, you aren't because I said it's fine. But I said to you, again, I can say it again. Any young guys, any hungry, young, stupid producers, whatever. He was like, oh, I'll look around. He's like, yeah, I'd like the job.
Why is it?
Well,
why
I
is it not
told
being
him-
loyal? It was a part-time thing with Jerry. Why is it not
Is he
loyal?
getting
to-
sensitive now?
You just can't answer the question.
How come I can't defend myself? Why is it? Why am I a pussy for not
No,
defending
but you're
myself?
not answering what you did, though. I mean, you did. I mean, you
Yeah, but that's
wanted
not
the job.
disloyal to Jerry. That's not disloyal.
I said the other day,
I'm disloyal
like,
to the
Dave-
five
Dave-
nobody's
Dave-
names I would have given you.
Dave's doing a great job. But if I could do it again, not if I could do it again. But if Dave tomorrow was like, hey, I'm leaving to go to Spit and Chickle, it's his dream job, as you know.
I told him to go to Spit and Chicklets.
Absolutely. I would tell him, it's where he wants to go. I'd tell him how to do it. I will never hire a producer again who has kids. Like, I want young, stupid, and hungry.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just wear them out and then find another
And
one.
you admitted that it has probably impacted the show on what, 2 occasions maybe?
Jesus Christ, you're a pussy.
Why am I a pussy for
agree.
for telling you,
I
for
agree.
rebutting what you're saying?
I'm not rebutting. How's that rebutting?
I'm just giving you another
It's not
viewpoint.
No.
Pussy just sits here and just like lets you say shit like that when that's not.
No, what I'm saying, again, it's like, you're doing a great job. What I'm saying is if you were gone.
I agreed with
And
you.
what did I say the other day? I hope you're here until I'm done. But
and I
if you
agreed
fell
with
off a fucking bridge tomorrow,
Yes.
I would not hire somebody who has kids.
Fine.
That's
Now
all.
I just have a problem with you thinking a pussy can't say that, but it has an impact on
Well
the show.
said, Dave. Well said. Well said. Well said. What else?
Why-
Fucking idiot.
Why didn't you go for that Spit and Chicklets job? I'll never understand that.
He did. He didn't get it.
Oh, is that true?
It's not
Whit told
true.
me that. My man Whit. Who you would like.
But it was an opening. They posted it.
But it wasn't.
Spit and
But it wasn't a
Spit and Jog
producer
was
job.
a
though.
It was
videographer
videographer / producer. It
Oh, was?
Yes.
Who got it?
Yeah, but it was. I don't even know. I don't know.
Okay.
And I said, Dave, this is your dream. You know, before he worked for you, I mean, he wanted to be in the Barstool
he would leave this show for
universe.
Spitchicles tomorrow in a second. A Flash.
Let's just do it.
It's true. I
It's
mean,
not true.
but it doesn't bother me.
It's just not true. But
That
that's
sounds like a dream, though. Just how many shows do they do?
no, the dream, even though it's a lot of work and a lot of travel, is Rick's. That's the dream.
That's too much travel.
But that is a lot of travel.
Yeah, I'm good.
Is that the show with the new with the Golf Digest guy? That
Yeah,
just
Dan
went there?
Rappaport. Yep.
Rappaport.
Yep.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I love Riggs, so I'm not. He's great.
Oh,
No,
right, it's
actually,
great. That's not what you said off the air.
how about Riggs? That's
Yeah.
a total
Oh,
lie.
yes.
So what I say, I would never do that to you. That's a total lie. I've never.
Now,
I
now
know.
you're going to tell me you really like Big Dan's show with the sunglasses guy, right? That,
Pardon my take, yeah.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
Great show.
You would love Dan. He's a great guy.
I didn't say.
And
he
you would
wasn't a
you would
great
actually
guy.
like. I think Riggs is a Republican too.
I didn't say they weren't great guys. I said
I saw the picture of
you
Riggs
said
shaking
their
the
show
war criminal's
sucks.
hand the other day.
Oh,
George
right.
W. Bush. Yeah.
You said their show sucks. That's what you said.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I never said that.
What, you said foreplay sucks?
Nope.
I don't even know what foreplay is. You said.
How do you make a good, I mean, I'm not saying it sucks, but how do you make like a great golf podcast anyway? Like really, how do you do that?
I don't know. They do a pretty fucking good job. They have monster numbers.
No, I'm saying it's a good podcast. I listen to it every now and then, but that's a tough
listen to
sport to make like fun
don't
and
listen
fuck
to it.
around.
So there was a golf podcast.
You don't
What
listen
am I going
to
to listen
it.
to? Ben Shapiro? You talking about
Matt
Martha's
Walsh?
Vineyard? I'm all
Yes,
set.
yes.
I know everyone stands.
What was
you
the
know.
Matt Walsh thing with the hospital? What was that thing with the Vanderbilt?
Well, it's still going on. He did a
Yeah.
great job. He just exposed.
was his take on it?
He exposed all these places that are mutilating children.
Okay, is anything going to change because of it?
You should care about this.
What's going to change?
You have
because of it?
kids.
What's going to change?
What are you kidding me? In Tennessee, they changed the law. They're banning it.
Is that a new word in the trend, like the fight in the transgender movement for conservatives, mutilating? Like,
Yes,
I feel like I'm
we
seeing
should've-
mutilating a lot now.
It's like whenever I say that Jerry, like a Catholic priest gets popped, Jerry immediately says, "You know how many teachers do it? Like the right wing,
yes.
they get their. It's like the prep burger. For the,
Oh,
for the-
right,
Yeah,
yes,
they get
yeah,
they
yeah.
get
So
they get they
just-
get them all
you
sent
have-
out to
you
them
have
every day.
You have a daughter in high school. You have a young
15.
son.
Yep. Yeah, he's
15.
10. He's 10.
15 right now in Boston Children's or in this hospital in
She's-
Vanderbilt.
But it's not. But it doesn't.
They-
It's not
they
going to apply to
take-
her though.
So I'm just for the context. A girl her age could go in there, and they can cut a big chunk of flesh off their arm, kind of form a fake penis. Penis doesn't work, a phallic,
Right.
and then they tell them they take their breasts off.
Can I be
and
honest?
say,
You're not going to like
"You're
this
a boy.
answer.
You're a boy.
I don't care anymore. Uncle, I give up. They win. What am I supposed to do? It's not going to
supposed to
change.
care.
Why? What happens?
They ban it. I just told you they banned it in Tennessee.
You going to ban it in Massachusetts?
They should.
Think they will?
Why do you
tell you
care
what,
so much if it
Move to
doesn't apply
Tennessee.
to
Go
you?
live a shilling and fucking dance around roosters. Like we live in Massachusetts. We're
Right,
fucked.
so you're in favor of that. You support that.
No, I do not
Good.
support
I'm
it.
glad you agree with me then.
But then what?
You just said you didn't support it. You should be outraged by it.
But I'm not.
And the fact that they take
Why
it
should I
down,
be outraged by it? I'm not.
Because I just told you what they're doing to children your daughter's age.
But it's not happening to my daughter.
But a parent is signing off on it, correct?
Yes.
yes.
They're not. Yes.
parents,
Yes.
parents who are told by these doctors, they look up these doctors that this is going to save them. This is going to cure them.
Okay.
That they will no
So
longer be
adult parents
depressed.
make a decision. I wouldn't personally do it
So
to
you
my daughter.
can't- your
What
daughter
am I
can't-
supposed to do? But what am I supposed to do,
You're
Jerry?
supposed to be against it.
Okay, then what? In
You're supposed
Massachusetts,
to be
then
outraged
what?
by
Then
it.
what happens? What? I'm supposed to be
Hopefully-
outraged? You tell me I'm supposed to be outraged by it?
Yes, you are.
I'm not
supposed to be
outraged by
outraged.
it.
They do that to children.
I am not outraged by
They
it.
cut off healthy breasts of little girls.
Okay, I am more outraged by what the Catholic Church has done over the last
The
century.
Catholic Church isn't doing anything right now.
Okay, over the last century,
Hell,
they've
no
done a
one's
lot
even
more.
going.
They've done a lot more. And good. They should be good. I'm glad. I'm more offended by the Catholic Church than I am by that.
Yeah, but it's not endorsed by the Catholic Church. I mean, that's
But sure it was forever and ever it was.
It's
Sure
not
as fuck
now.
was. Of course it was.
Boston Children's does this. They had it on the website. I saw the video
I know, I've seen
where
it,
they
seen
talk about what they do. They do double mastectomies.
I don't know which
for
one to
little
say.
girls.
I don't care anymore. They
you should.
have beat
You
me
should.
down. I have submitted. They have won.
You should, because this,
It's not even
this
that.
mob.
You shouldn't care because it doesn't apply to you. Like,
Oh, really?
Well, but it might one day. No, that's
does the Catholic Church
that's-
raping boys, does that apply to him?
Well, as far you don't know the answer to that. but that's a bad argument because
It's a
one day
stupid
one day
argument.
it might. Right. I mean,
doesn't
one day
matter
it might.
anyway.
You mean if one of our children
Yeah.
came to us, and we
Correct.
have to make our own informed decision by that. So
Correct, but
am
it's
I really
but
going to dive
when your kids get old enough, my daughter's 15 now,
Yep.
and they start having really strong opinions about stuff. It's tough to not be swayed emotionally by it. So I
So
understand
they're
that
being
part.
they're being lured into this.
But if you
by
said to me, like,
teachers.
if you said to me, do I care more about that or do I care more about the President's Cup? I care more about the President's
Yeah.
Cup. I just
It's too
do.
bad.
I do.
I hate that argument from Cullen. I'm
It's a
not
bad argument.
surprised.
That's a bad
So,
argument.
so what if Kirk goes home tonight and then rapes his daughter? It doesn't affect you either.
No, I just think well, it
What
does
if
affect
he-
me
I think
because
that's
he's my
that's a
employer, and I wouldn't
fairly
want to work
strong
with
example,
That's
I
yeah, that's a little
No,
bit different.
What if he beats her? What if he beats Harry? That doesn't affect you.
I wouldn't want to work for somebody that beats their children. Yeah.
Okay, so if he went home and he took his daughter to the clinic and they lopped off her healthy breasts,
because she told him that she
hold on.
wants to be.
But I made this argument.
Confused.
I made this argument before. I can't believe we're doing trans. But I will say this: like, if Kate said to me after a couple of years of real intensive therapy, and she went to it, and she said, "This is just how I feel," I would certainly have that discussion. I definitely would.
The surgery?
Yes, I would have the discussion.
That's insane.
I'm not saying I would do it, but I'd have the discussion. But the problem is if you say it's insane.
Wait till you're 18.
The problem is if you say it's insane, then kids are going to. I think that's a bad argument. I think you have a healthy, productive, honest discussion.
I just explained it to you. You can see videos.
I understand.
Big chunks out of their arm, and they form a penis, and they say, "Okay, you're a boy now." That is insane. What are you afraid of Murchison? Is that what it is?
No, I don't care about Murchison. I don't care.
I mean, you can't be mad at me. I truly don't care about anything that doesn't impact me.
What the hell's mad at you?
I'm just him. He can't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you either.
Yeah,
I honestly, I don't. I feel like wading into that world now is a fucking waste of time.
I just hate that argument. It's like people who are in favor of abortion who say, if you don't like abortion, don't get one. Well, of course, if you don't like murder, don't murder anyone. I mean, it's just a silly argument.
Yeah, but if somebody passionately is in favor of being pro-choice, then they should be that way too, right? Of course, right?
If they're passionately
like I'm pro-choice. Like I'm pro-choice,
right?
So should I not be because you're pro-life?
I would hope I could convince you otherwise. Sure, if we're going to debate it.
Okay, but that happens all the time. Are people change their mind on abortion?
Yes, it's changed. I think it's changed.
Like who?
Well, I think more.
Like people that run for office.
I think we're learning more and more about the beginning of life. You're learning. Obviously, you see advances in technology.
To be fair, I would say
the ultrasounds and the sonograms, and people go,
I
"Holy
set my
crap,
limit 36.
That's a kid.
36 weeks.
That's
my number.
I think till 9 years old.
I would say 10, given the way
10?
Harry's acting. Yeah, I would think so. What else is going on?
Actually, I was hoping it'd be worse, but you see,
when Merchant hears that, he'll hear my passionate defense and probably be like, you know what, Kirk's a good guy. Don't you think? I think that's what's going to happen. You think so? Good. I hope so.
Yeah, it's not going well for his side. They're being exposed right now. They're being exposed.
But Gerry,
here's all you need to know.
Here's where you're wrong, though, because you're an echo chamber. It's your side doing it, and the other side doesn't pay attention to it.
I didn't know they were doing it at Boston Children's Hospital.
Okay, it's not going to change in Massachusetts, though. It's not going to. Massachusetts only a while.
Someone exposed them.
Then
what? I'll tell you what changed.
Has it been the Boston Globe? Has it been in the Boston Globe? Has it been the Boston Herald?
The Boston Herald lied about it too, by the way. They said it's false.
That's my point. So, but
it was really disappointing. But here's the point: they scrub it from their website. They take down the website. So they have the video, and I've seen them saying we do this for kids, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17, and then they take the website down. Why would they do that? If it's not inappropriate.
But they're not going to stop doing the surgeries, though.
We'll see. I think they're going to change their policy.
Fucking Massachusetts is nuts.
I agree.
What's a rational way to see how much Gerry cares about this issue? Like if he could put an end to the issue entirely.
All right, you can put the end to the issue entirely, right? Okay. But you can never drink beer again.
You could.
I could settle for red wine.
You could never read political Twitter ever again.
Never drink coffee. Then I'm cut the popos off.
You can never watch the NFL again.
I would say go ahead, do it.
It stays forever. It stays forever. This rule that's going on in Children's Hospital can happen everywhere in the country, but you are a 2 handicap.
Ooh, sorry, kids. Can I
Goodbye. Adios,
Can I get on a par 5 and 2?
Yeah. Oh, you know, you're like a good
I take a 3-wood, get on a 2.
You hit the ball like Cam Young.
Yeah, I tried to do that. I tried that.
You just bring it around.
Yeah.
Carry like 320.
Right.
You know,
it's
and
just
drive
mind-boggling.
590-yard hole. It's like a driver's 7-iron.
You ever see like a good college golfer? Of course you have, or a good high school golfer. Yeah. These guys are 1,000 times better than them. That's why it's so mind-boggling how good they are. Your buddy Kiz is better than the best player.
Well, we always talk about like Robbie
Oppenheim, right? Who's on the tour for a while.
But he's not like he's unbelievable. Like, he's like a plus 5 handicap.
But it's also like stylistically they're better. Like they can spin the ball and we can't, but we can hit it pretty much the same distances as a lot of people.
Oh yeah, you can hit the same distance.
No, I can't hit a
Cam
drive.
Young.
No, but I can probably hit a 7-iron the same distance as. Maybe not the same, but it's not that bad.
He's a 7-iron, 200 yards.
But it's not that far off.
How far do you hit your 7-iron?
I probably hit my 7-iron 175.
That
maybe.
is a fucking lie.
7-iron?
That is such a fucking lie.
I hit a 9-iron 150. I'm just trying to do it in my head. I don't golf every day. I don't have my stats in front of me.
The guys with no muscle, no strength, like
Justin Thomas.
Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Cam Smith. You just look at him; he's got no.
But Justin Thomas is like a little.
Cam Smith looks like he needs like vitamins. He looks malnourished.
Zalatoris.
Is that really that
Zalatoris
far
looks
off?
malnourished, and they can bomb at 350.
I hit a 9-iron 150. So why wouldn't I hit a 7-iron 175?
Because you don't. You don't hit either one. I don't think. I don't believe it either one. I only get a 7-iron 175. I don't believe it.
You don't.
Maybe I don't, but I'm just saying, I know for a fact I hit my 9-iron 150. So what?
Okay. I don't think.
Why is that not?
Have
That's
you played with him?
No.
no, but that's normal, isn't it?
No, that's a good 9-iron.
No, it's not normal.
Good stock
Normal is
9-iron.
like 7-iron, be like 150.
Maybe I'm turning it over a little bit. Who knows? I don't know.
Anyways, what else?
That was much better than the transgender debate.
I mean, it's not even a debate. We don't need.
That's true. It wasn't.
What else?
Yeah. You see that fucked up story out of the
You seen that Jeffrey Tambor show, by the way?
I heard you, yanked it to that
I
show.
did not. No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
That's what I heard.
It was debated. I did.
You thought about it?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Has he been in your life lately?
Who knows? I don't. It's just no. You?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've called him a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah.
He answered last time.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, but then he hangs up on us.
Ask him if he thinks
No, he's
they're
no-
going to ban this procedure.
He's no fun. You know, he's just not very playful.
Just no.
No, we tried to get him to come to Wilbur. He wouldn't do it.
Did you see that fucked
you
up
like
story
Gabe?
about the cops in Stoughton? Did you see that
It's
over the
fucking
weekend?
crazy. Did you see that
that?
story?
No.
There's
Oh my
something. There's a
God.
lot more to that one.
I don't,
for
even
sure.
want, I don't want to get it. Oh, yeah, it'll take forever to explain it.
Yeah.
But you'll read about it and do it in your show tomorrow because it's crazy. I'll just say it's crazy.
Hey, give me a hint.
Crazy.
What did they do?
Police, 16? 15-year-old girl? She's dead, right?
Met her when she was 13.
13.
Apparently started sleeping when she was 15. She's
she's
dead,
dead,
at
right?
23 with potentially his baby.
Right.
Or one of their
I
babies.
did see it on Twitter. I didn't see
Married,
the whole
right?
story.
This would not happen in Westwood.
Was he definitely not W-Town? Was he married when he first met her? Is
don't
one
know that.
question.
I don't know that.
There's a lot of fucking questions
Crazy,
there.
crazy. I don't want. It's too much.
I don't have a strong opinion on it anyway.
No, neither do I.
I thought you were going to get a good Ellen DeGeneres story over the weekend because Barstool wrote like 3 blogs about it, but it
I didn't
wasn't
read
that
any
good.
of
Yeah, somebody wrote a story about what a monster she is.
Which we knew, which we broke years ago. Our buddy Sam Thomas.
Yeah,
But this weekend's example was bad. Like the kid was just, he ended up like his career faded away and she said goodbye to him.
Well, and every time an Ellen story comes up, like 4 people tweet me that.
I know they do to me too.
About
So you
Colleen.
guys are right.
Oh, they tweet me and say Colleen looks like Ellen. I get that all the time.
Yeah.
If you've gotten that, I'm sure.
I've gotten it. I don't necessarily.
It's ridiculous.
It's like
ridiculous.
Bill Maher, who I'm a big Bill Maher fan now.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you cancel your HBO subscription because of him?
Yeah, no, that was because of John Oliver. But,
Did you get your HBO subscription back or no?
no, but you don't have to. I tell the
You listen to his podcast at all?
I watch his show on YouTube on Saturday morning.
I'm saying, do you listen to his podcast?
I did
at all?
one day.
It's too
Who
much.
was it?
Too
He
much.
was on with Woody Harrelson the
Too
other
much
day.
drugs for me. It's too much like we're.
But is that actual bourbon they're drinking? Because
I
they
think it
should be
is.
shit-faced.
Yeah, it's true.
Why did Aaron Rodgers do like 7 podcasts in like a 2-week
He stinks
time
though.
frame?
Oh, he's such a hardo.
I
Whether you
like him.
I know you
I
like
like him
him, but
'cause
you
he-
don't. But you don't like him. You like what he stands for.
I
Sure.
want to try some of that whatever that acid he's doing. What is it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you do.
You could
Yeah, go do some acid. Yeah,
something.
go Ironhead, get some acid for Gerry.
He says
for
it's
next
not
week.
acid, but you actually trip. It's like carotene or carotine, whatever. You know the
Terry Stroke.
Yeah. Anyway, Bill Maher said, I watch Saturday mornings. You get up and you go to YouTube. They have all the segments. You don't have to get HBO.
I'm aware. Yeah.
I'm not really sure why they allow that, why they do that.
I know they put all of John Oliver's show up too. It's weird.
What was the point of this?
Because they make money.
What were you just
make
saying?
a lot of money on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's right,
with that.
yeah.
They make money, more money than if you force everyone to get HBO?
Probably not, but.
I don't know who's going to get HBO. Well, anyway,
What were we talking about
you were
before
talking
that?
about Bill Maher. I
You
don't
know,
know.
randomly speaking of HBO, I saw Peter Nelson is executive producing in 30 for 30 about Michael Chang.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot. Why did I bring up Bill Maher?
I don't know. Fuck do I know?
You just said something to lead me to that.
I don't know. I was paying attention.
Okay. What
Go ahead.
else?
No, go ahead.
I forgot. I forgot.
Well, you were watching it. What was he talking about?
What were we talking about?
I first brought up Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh,
I'll
good.
segue
Good.
into
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. That's all I asked for. Don't be a dick. Ask what we're talking about.
I didn't know.
And people talking about he's had some great monologues, and I think he's this close to voting for Ron DeSantis.
He looks
for
really
president.
weird now, though. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
He's old, and he's
It's
drinking
also
bourbon.
another Dino theory too. But go ahead.
I feel like that. Not to get
True or
over,
false?
There's that.
What's that, Dave?
I know Jerry's here, so you don't want to probably get overly political, but I do feel like the media is now turning on DeSantis because DeSantis can actually get done the shit that he says he can
He's
get
not.
done.
They haven't
versus
turned on
Trump
like
being
they're
a
going
jokester.
to. You're right.
No, but
they're going
they're
to.
painting Trump
As long as Trump's around. As long as Trump's around.
Did you see
DeSantis
what
isn't
Trump
taking
did? I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. The Callahan show. It's infuriating. And, obviously I'd vote for Trump if he ran against whatever, Biden or Kamala Harris or whoever, but I'm a DeSantis guy. Trump gave Maggie Haberman like 3 hours.
He always does that. He always does that.
And he joked around and kidded around with her. Maggie Haberman got a Pulitzer for writing about the Russia hoax. She was committed for like 5 years to destroying him.
He wants to be liked by the New York Times. He's a New Yorker at heart.
Wasn't there a story about how
he'll never learn?
Doesn't he pay somebody while he's golfing to read him?
Yes, that was the story. To read him the tweets.
That's the best.
He is so needy and so insecure. I don't think
you
I
must
can
want no
handle
part of him, right? In 2024.
I want DeSantis. Yes.
I mean, it'll be fun to have Trump running for president again, but
but I'm so sick of January 6th and all that.
But here's the problem. Here's my problem.
You can't do that if
you're a Republican. I'm not.
DeSantis.
But if you're a Republican,
yes, you are.
I'm a libertarian.
Just don't have the guts to admit it.
My fear of DeSantis, who seems like a good candidate, is he's going to stand next to Trump on that debate stage and he's going to get swallowed up.
Trump's going to call him fat.
Yeah, like a fuck. He's going to have a nickname for him.
Yes.
Dopey DeSantis or whatever.
I think he'll have a comeback. Like he'll confidently.
But he can't. But
I think
I've seen people try. You can't.
No, I think he'll confidently respond, but I think he's going to show how he just comes off very arrogant, and I think that's going to.
Who does?
DeSantis.
No.
The problem is at the beginning, Trump is going to be up like 30 points, and then
DeSantis is everything Trump is not. Now he's disciplined. He's got a nice, normal family life. He was in the Navy. He was an officer. He went to Harvard. He went to Yale.
No charisma, though. No excitement.
Yes, he does.
Just
He's
a
got
drip.
charisma. He's got fight in him. He's not a drip.
Trump is going to squash him.
He's a great candidate.
Trump's going
to be 78.
So what?
I don't want that anymore.
I
don't want that anymore. I'm
but
so tired of that.
Trump is incapable of handing it over.
Just think of everybody who's running our country now. You have Biden, who's 80 and obviously senile. Yep. Nancy Pelosi. Chuck Schumer, Steny Hoyer, Anthony Fauci, they're all 80. Mitch McConnell, Charles Grassley, what's her face out there, Dianne Feinstein.
Well, as I always say, Bernie Sanders is the junior senator from Vermont.
He's the kid.
He's 77, whatever, 77 years old.
I'm surprised.
Please tell the stupid Bill Maher stories.
He's talked about how much people bitching about, we don't have any rights in this country. And it was Kevin Hart who said, white supremacy is worse now in this country than it's ever been.
That's true.
And he did a whole monologue on how insane that is to think we haven't made progress, and how he talked about whatever slavery.
I saw this. He mentioned a poll that Harvard did or something. I did see this actually.
He said, we are only like 15 years ago, and Ellen DeGeneres was pretending to be heterosexual. She was talking about, she was dating guys because she didn't want people to find out.
Yeah, she was gay.
Maybe like 20 years ago.
Yeah, a little more than that, but yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
She was pretending to be heterosexual. Barack Obama was vehemently against gay marriage.
Right.
Think of that. And Hillary Clinton was too.
What's your point?
Joe Biden was too. We've made remarkable progress in this world. That was my point about everything. And
good.
Progress.
We're making progress.
What a great country. One of the best countries in the world. Top 30.
Most Democrats disagree.
That's true.
They don't think this is a great country.
That's true. Well, sometimes I don't either. What else?
You see all those pussies who were mad that they cut into college football for Aaron Judge? Did you see that on the internet?
Did he hit his 61st?
He didn't last night.
Did not.
I know, but tonight?
Well, I don't know.
What's the difference between that and like when golf cuts in with a commercial? Like, what's the big deal?
Well, I mean, you are watching golf to watch golf. You're not watching golf to watch baseball.
They cut in just to see him pop out? I mean,
they show there's a bat, right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to see a historic?
Well, if you're a diehard
it's not going to take
Auburn
forever.
You don't give a fuck about baseball.
Yeah, but you're still visually seeing it. It's just you're
you don't
getting
care.
a cut in.
And it was a split screen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not a big
I don't
deal.
think that's a big
I don't
deal.
think it's a big
They're
deal.
playing the
People
Red
freak out.
Sox now, though, right?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they
I
are.
kind of get to listen to Joe Castig on my ride home. Can't wait.
Good. That should be exciting. Really exciting. He was there when fucking Ruth at 60 and 27. I think he's the same age as Eddie. Anything else?
I'm glad you admitted that Shark Tank Live was fucking awful. It was horrific.
Fucking terrible. Terrible.
Horrific.
My wife
Awful.
watches Shark Tank and I hate it.
It's a great show. We have
hate
Mr.
it.
Wonderful on. It's a great
I hate
show.
him.
Why?
I
Why?
hate that show.
Why?
It's one of those shows my wife's always watching and I can't stand it.
Why?
It's stupid. All right?
Why?
It makes dreams come
annoying.
true.
It's great. You should like it.
it's
These
awful.
are entrepreneurs. It's America. You should like this show.
Mark Cuban's a douche.
I like him.
So is your buddy there.
No, he's great.
O'Leary.
This guy's a Republican.
Has he
You should
killed
like him.
anyone lately? He killed someone.
No, he was on a boat. It was not him.
He was
driving.
acquitted.
Killed-
They were acquitted.
Dave, scrub,
he's
Dave,
acquitted.
Dave, scrub that off YouTube, please. We don't want the YouTube people to see that.
Got it.
Absolutely acquitted. It was in the dark. It was,
All right,
it was the other person's fault. It was his wife was driving.
Wife was driving, yep.
It was not
Oh,
Kevin's
your
fault.
wife was driving. I've heard that one.
We asked him about it.
Honey,
We asked him about it.
honey, I can't afford
we
this.
grilled him endlessly about it. He gave us good answers. So he did it live, And like it was super forced, way too fast, 75 people talking. In the middle of it, like Lori is like, do you like this product? Audience, They did these polls.
Yep.
Robert, who we like, how are we doing getting Robert on the show?
We're still struggling.
Robert was insane. He was like extra hyped up. He was like Shattuck.
I thought they all were. I thought Laurie was.
They were all
legitimately
nuts.
embarrassing.
They were all nuts. Yeah. It was terrible. It was a mistake. Hopefully they're not read.
And the what's his name there? Mark Cuban teasing that he wants to make an offer going into commercial break.
Fake.
Mr. Wonderful at the end with the toast was just
bad. He was off the whole D-, legitimately D-.
And for him to lose that stupid booger one, it's not a good look. It's not good for the show.
It's bad. I didn't like it. It was terrible. Yeah. You see Norman Lear had his 100th birthday show the other night on ABC?
No, I didn't see
that.
I
vomited watching it.
Oh, really?
I taped it just to
Trump?
watch it. Well, no, but they had a round table, and it was him. It was Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, God.
It was Jennifer Aniston, and it was Amy Poehler.
Oh, Christ.
Yes.
More they talk about.
Just
you
like,
and I know more about All in the Family than any of those people.
I actually think Kimmel's a real All in the Family fan.
Really?
Because the old Jimmy Kimmel, I bet, loved All in the Family as a kid.
Right.
Like, he's my age. But yes. Do I think I know more than Jennifer Aniston does about All in the Family?
Yes, I know I do.
I think you know more than I do about All in the Family.
I do.
It's true. Close, though. I think it actually is
true.
close.
You're younger, so you didn't see it live.
I know, that's true. But on the channel I still DVR'd on now, they had the big disclaimer before.
No, do they?
Yeah. Like you're gonna be
you know what I saw last night? I just laughed out loud. Was something about Mary was on, and I don't know, one of these Paramount networks, one of these networks where you're flipping around. I put it on, and the funniest line of the movie is taken out, where she says to Kevin Dillon,
Matt Dillon,
says to Matt Dillon, you work with.
My passion is my hobby.
My passion is my hobby because I love to work with retards. They change it to goofy guys.
Right.
Do
they really?
Yes, they change it.
Jesus.
You can't say retards, and it's in the movie.
I think I'll mark these spots.
Can you say on YouTube, Jim?
I don't know. I think I'm going to mark
It's
them.
just a line in the movie, and she goes, "Oh, that's kind of politically incorrect, isn't it?"
He's like, yeah, but so I like the guys.
I liked it.
But here's the thing, like,
Put him on a leash.
It's like I always say about like Archie or like Matt Dillon, like they're made to look stupid.
right.
Like they're the stupid ones.
Right.
Nobody, like Archie was always the idiot at the end. It's like Eric Cartman. Like at the end, they're stupid.
Right.
But you can't describe that. I don't know.
I remember telling my son he loves slapstick funny. He loves Family Guy and everything. I said one of the funniest movies when I was a kid was The Jerk. You know,
yeah,
and
Greg Charles Grodin too,
and he's screaming the N word out. I go, whoa! I'm looking around and go, oh.
Oh, not The Jerk. I was thinking The Lonely Guy with Charles Grodin.
That's great too.
Fucking great. In that. I actually like The Lonely Guy better than The Jerk.
The Jerk is funny as hell.
It is, but Charles Grodin is great. In that.
You ever see a bald bum?
Anything else, Dave?
Nah, nothing right.
You want to take a few calls?
Sure.
All right, we'll take a few calls. We'll get out of here. Jerry's a busy
Did you tweet
guy.
out 5 fall?
Yeah, so that's satirical. It's satire, Jerry.
Oh, I get it.
I don't actually care if they call or not. You know that.
I hope they call about Shark Tank.
It's a great. Oh, yeah, we could
Shark Tank.
talk about fucking Boston Children's. They'll fucking
That's
fix
a big
everything.
story.
Yeah, now the problem's solved. I think we're good now.
Children saved my life, so I'll
What's
support
that?
them in whatever they do. They saved my life. So.
They saved you. Why? Because you're asthma?
Yeah, had an asthma attack. They saved me.
Great. That's fantastic.
Brought me
Glad they
back
saved
to
your
life.
life.
Yeah, that's why he stayed in when COVID hit. Didn't leave the house for like 6 months because he had asthma.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Is that a roach?
Probably.
I don't know what a roach looks like, but I got something. And It's not pretty.
Yeah, just squash it.
Okay, what are we doing now?
We're just waiting for
done?
Dave's setting up.
They're
the
loaded
calls.
up.
They're loaded up?
Load it up.
All right. Let's go. You're on with Kirk Minihane and Gerry Callahan and Dave Cullinane. Hello.
It's always worked this well.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes.
My dear old friend, Gerry.
Oh, yeah. Filling
What'd
for
you have
Mike
for
here.
dinner last night?
What'd you have for dinner last night?
Last night,
It's actually a hard question.
I went to a wedding.
Oh, that's right. Can we say who it is or no?
Yeah, I went to my brother's
Went to your
wedding.
brother's wedding, yeah.
And it was excellent. They had the beef dish was like this awesome like tenderloin. That's what I picked.
Oh, it was good. Yeah. It was a good wedding?
It was excellent. Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
It was lots of sober people, but an open bar, so it worked out
good.
great.
That's great.
Worked out great. Not a lot of lines. to the bar.
You're staggering around.
Yes.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's
It was
great.
excellent.
Good. I like your brother. There you go. Thanks for the call. Hello.
Alonzo Mosley, FBI.
Hello. How are you, Alonzo?
Good, good. Big news. I know who leaked the Ime Udoka nonsense.
Who was that?
I was at Yard House
I was at Yard House the other day in Legacy Place in Dedham. And I saw Ime on a date with a very, very old bag of bones. And she was complaining that her margarita wasn't strong enough. Ginger hair, bitching and moaning about watching her grandson and her grandchildren every day, every weekend.
This is Colleen's mom you're suggesting was doing this?
This is Colleen's mom, correct.
Okay.
That leaked it.
Is that true, Dave?
Yeah.
This is not true. And first of all, she's not a ginger either. So
Yes, we've learned that Dave's mom is a drunk. We talked to her once on the air. She was absolutely blitzed.
She is not a drunk. She is
blitzed.
She's probably had one drink in her life.
And Colleen's mom watches his kids all day, for free.
Yeah.
And then that's
a normal thing for a lot of families out there that their grandparents.
Is that slave labor? His grandparents once or twice, once a week, twice is wonderful. But when you're retired, you should enjoy your retirement.
They probably feel like they failed the first time around.
Absolutely.
And so they're giving another shot.
What is this?
It's a friend of the program.
Oh, all right. We can take the call. Are you holding up? You think I can see that, Dave?
Every time I told you when I hold up the phone, it's always
okay. Sorry, I missed those signals. Hello.
Kirk, it's Gerry.
Hello, Gerry. How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking my call privately. Let me tell you something. I just packed up the house with the wife at the vineyard. What a shit show!
What do you mean?
I haven't seen a shit show like this since '87, '86 when the Celtics won, and I blacked out at the Ritz Tavern. What a shit show!
Ritz Tavern? Okay. All right.
Ritz Cafe. Ritz Cafe. And let me tell you, what a night! I was battling for ass with McHale, and I'm the guy who gets some ass. Chelmsford High Hall of Fame.
That's true, Jerry.
But they
It's
got
true.
it straight. Marty Walsh has got to straighten this shit out.
I don't think Marty Walsh the mayor anymore, is he, Jerry?
No, he's the Secretary of Labor.
He saw the
cabinet official.
That's shit show. Yeah, and let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
You're talking about these guys cutting off their brajol. I never would do that. I need my brajol. I'm like 65, but I still fuck like I'm in Chelmsford leaving the high school dance with Susie Adams.
Remember Susie?
Sticking it to her in the hall. Sticking it to her in the hallway.
Jerry looks.
Kirk, by the way, what are you doing? What are you doing this slapdick show for on a Sunday night? There's a fucking game, 2 games on. There's a football game and a baseball game. Quick reminder, I did sign with an agent. Tomorrow launches my podcast, Callahan Catch. Callahan Catch. Thanks for getting
Thank
me
you, Jerry. Thank you,
I'm
Jerry. Thank you,
ready
Jerry.
to go. I'm ready to go.
Thank you, Jerry.
Wow, is he always that funny?
That's quite a marriage of 2 people I didn't think I would have crossover in my life. He's insane. Hello.
Hello, nephew.
Oh, this is Jerry's uncle calling. Yes.
Notwithstanding the fact that I didn't get fucking invited to Tim's wedding, did you make the whole wedding smell like Trump's asshole, Jerry? Because that's where you've been spending the last 4 to 5 years, right up Trump's asshole.
Any comments, Jerry?
No, that's good.
Jerry's really having a lot of fun with these calls.
No,
Dave.
he's not.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
All right, they're loaded up.
Load up.
Play along. Would you for Christ's sakes?
That was great. That was great.
She's fucking
Trump's asshole.
Sorry, mutilating and fucking Vanderbilt. What the fuck? DeSantis. Jesus Christ. Hello.
Yeah.
Have a little fun, would you? Life's too fucking short.
If you had some beer here or something.
Colin will get
Do you have any beer?
What? Are you holding up a
You make the call.
Okay, I'll take a few more calls. Hello. To be fair, if that's Rico, just Dave did not want you to talk. Hello.
2 quick questions for Gerry.
This is Gerry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gerry, are you aware that Christian Arcand takes it in the ass?
Have you heard this or no? So this guy keeps calling different radio shows. Not Tim, but the origin.
Not me.
Was some guy was calling 98.5 and kept saying to Felger, these guys, are you aware that Christian Arcand takes it?
That was Ron and Medford.
Ron and Medford kept saying it to these, on the air. It went through a couple of times.
Did it get through?
I think it did once. So we called Arcand. I actually talked to him for a while. He did not confirm nor deny.
Wow.
But he was
I like Arcand.
He wasn't a great fit with us, really.
No.
But he was a good guy.
He's a good guy, yes.
He's hanging in, I think. He's doing nights there or something.
Yeah.
I think, which is
a little rich kid,
But then you say you
Family
started
owned,
unfollowing people?
They're all rich.
half of the North End when he was
Oh,
growing
really?
up. Yeah. They own restaurants in the North End.
Explain he has no talent, but he's a nice guy. Yeah. Hello. Tim. Oh, Tim, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. Along those lines, Gerry, does Jackie McMullen like it in the ass?
I mean, this is...
I don't think so.
How do you know that?
I know her pretty well. She's a happily married woman.
Oh, so she can't be playful with her husband?
Oh, Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, that's a fair answer. I don't know. Who knows?
Playful.
I like Jackie. I'm not a fan of her impressions, but that's the way I am. Hello.
He's great.
Hello,
this is Simmons a lot?
Ime Udoka calling.
Well, I'm sorry?
It's Ime.
Ime
Udoka.
Oh, boy. All right. Hello, Coach.
Just want you to know, I have no problem talking about my issues. I did it. I slept with an underling. I assumed she would be fired again. You guys have heard of Lucy Bird, right?
Oh, that's ridiculous. What's the area code in that call, Dave?
That is
I think
401.
Yeah, no, I think I know.
Have you talked about this?
Would it be better to just play along?
What, Lucy Bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it, yeah. Because we said this, like, what are they talking about? Greg Hill during?
And there's a lot of people you have to be uncomfortable with this, don't you think?
I would think. I mean, like
of the people we've worked with, some of good friends of ours. I mean, it has to be uncomfortable. There's been a lot of dalliances in the workplace.
Yeah,
in Boston media.
But like right. I know. Sure, I watched the press conference the other day. I thought that's strange. He's asked this question, but the problem though with that, again, with everything else, is like you don't know what the fuck. You don't know what happened. Like at some point, somebody's gonna.
And we are left to speculate. That's why they can't blame people for speculating. What else are you supposed to do?
It's just human nature too. That's
right.
Like dumb.
It's human nature. It's not malicious. You're wondering, wow, he just messed around with an underling, and he's missing his whole. His career is essentially over, at least for now.
Right.
He's a laughingstock forever.
Well, yeah.
He's going to lose like $5 million. But
it's also human. Like right now, the Don't Worry, Darling. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
Harry Styles, Florence Pugh. It's really controversial because you know the whole story, Dave.
Partially, yeah.
So like it's they fired Shia LaBeouf, and then she wound up dating Harry Styles, the director, Olivia Wilde, and Florence Pugh, the lead actress. And it's all this controversy. Nobody cared about the movie. It made $20 million this weekend.
Oh, really?
People just care about shit. It's just Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. It's just like that's like But at the same time, like Brett Favre. So I'm not sure where to go on the whole thing.
Well, I always see that on TMZ, something about Bella Hadid. Who the hell cares about her?
I don't know. I don't care. But, yeah.
Well, she's the daughter of I'm forgetting the first name, but she's a real housewife. So a lot of people care about her.
That's
I didn't say. I said they do care about it. Yeah. I just don't know why. I don't know why anyone would care about
supermodels. I mean, you
Mr. Happiness on
Why are you paying all this
Shark
attention
Tank
to Children's Hospital while the Brett Favre thing? Why are you doing that?
I should get into the Brett Favre. I don't.
It's a good story. It's a good story.
Have you read all the details?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's definitely fucked.
He wanted to build a freaking volleyball court for his daughter.
Yeah, and then he knew they were using illegal funds and still wanted an indoor football
I think he's
facility.
actually pretty fucked on this one.
Yeah.
Think he's going to jail?
I think he might.
Wow.
I think he might. But what do I know?
It's better than doing a podcast with Eric Bowling, I would say. So.
Oh, Jesus. People pretended that was good, right? It lasted like four, like every other athlete's podcast. Like
that started the same time I did a podcast one, and they promised to promote us.
They promoted Favre, right?
And they just promoted Favre and Eric Bowling, and they get all kinds of help.
Right.
Ignored us, and they lasted what? Was it a month?
Oh, probably not even.
If that. Yeah. Hello. You load up, Dave?
Load up.
All right. Hello.
Hey, 2 questions for Gerry.
He's here. Callahan podcast.
First, Gerry, I live in Pennsylvania. I was curious if you have any one way or the other who I should vote for in the Senate race. Fetterman.
I think Jerry's been surprising me.
I am genuinely blown away by the support for Fetterman. He's the worst candidate in American political history. It
do you
blows
think
my
Dr.
mind.
Oz will be a good senator?
He'll be better than Fetterman.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes, I do. Yes,
okay.
I do.
Okay. You've always been a big Dr. Oz guy?
No, I was not. I didn't support him
Think
in the
Herschel
primary.
Walker will be a good senator?
Wouldn't be my first choice.
Okay.
But the alternative is disastrous. Fetterman has brain damage. And even if he didn't, he's to the left of Bernie Sanders. He wants to open the prisons, let everyone out.
He's going to win.
He wants to legalize heroin. He's going to win, which is frightening for the whole country. You should be frightened just like I am. I'm frightened.
You're frightened?
Yes, I'm frightened.
Like when you walk back to your car?
Yes,
you really? Oh, really? Wow, that's scary.
The guy's just, the worst, the absolute worst.
You say about everybody, though.
No one's as bad as this guy.
No one.
No
Bernie
one.
Sanders not as bad.
No.
AOC's not as bad.
That's close. Ayanna's close. Ayanna is pretty freaking scary.
She'll be a senator one day when that Markey's done.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Why? If she gets nominated, she'll be senator.
It's hard to be that radical and win statewide.
Who am I talking to? You think if she's the Democrat nominee for senator of Massachusetts, she won't
No,
win?
if she's the nominee, yes. Of course, the nominee.
She's the biggest name by far. She'll be the next senator.
I don't know.
Guarantee. I'm just telling you. Guarantee.
Okay.
Guarantee.
We'll see.
Weren't there reports last week that Marty Walsh might run in 2024?
For president?
Did you see this? Yes.
No.
Yep.
Remember when we were doing the show? Remember he was out in Iowa, like testing the waters that time.
I don't remember that.
Picture him in Iowa, just trying to.
No, he's just.
He hated us.
That's right.
Oh.
You know what? He's not as bad as the new one. Then his successor's worse. This Michelle Wu is worse, much worse. She's a squad wannabe. She's a Elizabeth Warren.
Well, she's from her
disciple.
School, right? Yeah, they're all nuts. What do you?
You're right. They are. You're right.
You live.
But
You
Fetterman's
live in the
worst.
You live in the fucking.
Fetterman's
city.
never had a real job. You know, Fetterman's never done anything. He doesn't pay his taxes. He's the
just
worst.
for 16 years, I saw. What are you gonna do? Jesus. Hello.
And he believes in mutilating kids.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, question for Gerry.
Gerry Callahan is here.
Yep. Dan Bongino or Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson. I like Bongino, but Tucker's the king. His monologue, his opening monologue is to me, it's like therapy. I need it. I need it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's not as good as Mr. Wonderful on
It's
Shark
not. It's
Tank.
not. I've had both on the show though.
That's right. I've
had both on the show.
You had Tucker Carlson and Matt Walsh, my two favorites.
I don't remember I don't remember talking to Matt Walsh at all.
It was all about porn. He wants to ban porn.
You think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Hold on. What?
Yes. Well, I
want a hardcore Republican wants to ban
I want
pornography.
to make it more difficult for. How old is Harry?
10.
I don't think Harry should be watching threesomes where they get
too late. I just showed the other day.
Double penetration and all.
This poor kid thought Harry's it's sweet. It's how you learn spelling, right? I'm being serious about this. He thought there were 2 L's in galore for tube galore. I said, no, Harry, there's just one. And it was fine.
When I see like hardcore porn, I'm kind of grossed out sometimes. You know what I mean? And I go, oh, I can't believe I could see this. And then I think Harry could see this. He's just as tech savvy as I am.
But here's the problem. Like, I agree with you. Like,
that should not. 10-year-olds should not be watching.
I'm telling you, it's too late. They're so much better at this than we are. Like,
I know.
He's so much better at this. By the way, he's not. But like when he's 13 or 14, he'll be on it. He just will be on it. Like, I don't know what.
Could you imagine you?
No, I would have never left the house. I told this to who I told us the other day, Maitland Ward, the porn star we had on the show the other day. If I was 13 or 14, that was available to me, I would have never left my house. I would have died. I was starved to death masturbating.
And they're going to think when they get to like girlfriends when they're in high school, they're going to think, okay, let's have threesomes.
So what's happening right now?
I take a shit on you now.
It's just insane how easy.
What are you saying, Dave?
Yeah, but what's happening right now? Like, is our kids consuming a shit ton of it?
I would
today?
assume
like,
so.
It doesn't feel like it's some movement that's going on.
How the hell do you know? You hanging around teenagers?
No, I'm just saying.
porn?
I don't see articles every day that like porn is the biggest.
Let me
problem
ask you
in
this:
the world.
when you were in
to
high school, if you had
adolescents.
the access to that,
Yeah,
well, you might.
Did
you have access to it or no?
Videos. You could download them.
I always say this: when I was in 9th grade, they handed around this videotape, and it was porn. It was the first real porn I ever had. I brought it to my house. I snuck down to the basement, put it in the VCR. It was so low rent. The girl's wig was like falling off, and you could see the blood from her zits on her back. And I didn't give a fuck.
Watched it 700 times,
just all over the place, like spooged a river to it.
It's just too easy for kids. I don't know what the solution is, but that's what you talked to Matt Walsh about.
But I think he was even more extreme. Like, he thinks it should be like banned.
No, I think.
Which to me, if you're a conservative, like you want everything, like you don't want the government to touch anything, but at the same time now. You want two people to not get married. You want this. And you want.
We just established it's inappropriate for kids, 10, 12-year-old kids, right?
Oh,
so all he's saying is something should be done about that, and I agree.
In theory, I agree. I just feel like I don't even know how you do it.
I don't know. We'll let him figure it out.
Oh,
How
sure.
about just you have to sign in somehow.
They'll do it. These fucking kids are so much. You know how much better they are at this.
Then you
than
don't
we
get
are?
an amazing Larry Johnson tweet out of every
Remember
15
that?
years or whatever.
Remember when
that's right.
They blame me for it.
Well, how about Doc Rivers the other day saying he was hacked?
Got hacked.
He was logging on to tranny porn.
Transgender porn.
I'm sorry, transgender. I think it was called tranny something.
Well, yeah,
was
but
the site.
We don't call it that.
And then it was white, fat ass white girls.
What's wrong with that?
And they said the Sixers said they're working with.
But here's my question: in all
with
honesty,
Twitter to find out who hacked them.
In all honesty, right? Let's say it was him. Like,
of course, it was him.
I don't know. It was, but like, do you think he should like lose a job?
No.
Right. It's just weird. Like, who cares? I mean,
it's embarrassing.
We care because it's interesting, but like, yeah, it's right.
But it's funny when they play along. It says Sixers have contacted Twitter. They're going to get to the bottom of it. Everyone knows it's him. It's like, remember Ray Allen? It was early in Twitter.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to be DMing, and he was tweeting out things to some girlfriend about what he was going to do to her. And then they said, oh, he got hacked.
Picture Dino asking Doc that in the weekly spot. Doc Rivers joins us. Doc, these likes on Twitter.
Back then, we thought you could get hacked, but now everyone knows you.
We had that fight with Dino, but Darrell Rivas that day. I forget what it was, and we were like, that was the day. That was the same day at Fenway that Dino had his whole fucking thing. That was at Fenway. It was the same exact day.
That's right. He said he got hacked. He wasn't hacked.
I forget what it was.
So stupid.
All right, load up, Dave.
Load up.
Hello. Yes.
Is it me?
It is. Good evening.
Oh, sorry. The beep went off like 8 minutes ago before Gerry started his rant against trannies.
Okay.
Transgenders, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Transgenders. Kirk, have you seen the Netflix Dahmer documentary?
I watched the first episode. It was okay.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. That's sort of up my alley.
I imagine it is.
The first episode.
It's 10 episodes I saw, though. 10.
Did you see the cannibal who
That's
ate the guy
way
named
too
Bacon?
many.
No. Thanks for the call. What's that?
Cannibal. He ate a guy named Bacon. His last name was Bacon, like Kevin Bacon.
He ate Kevin Bacon?
No, some other Bacon. The other brother, the Bacon brother.
Michael
He ate-
Bacon.
Michael Bacon, yeah.
I remember on Enough About Me, I wanted to talk to Kevin Bacon, and Ben Kitchen booked it.
And it was.
And then the day before, they're like, actually, they won't have his brother on too. They just want to talk about music.
Oh, God.
I was like, yeah, I think we're all set. I think we're all set. Yes, Dave? Hello?
Is he speaking to you?
There he is. How we doing, man?
What's up, buddy?
I'm glad you're back with Uncle Gerry over here. It feels like 2018, back in the good old days. But I have a question. For you. Two things. Number one, going back to the EEI days, how did Chris Curtis woo Lucy Burge? Like, what
I don't think we were around for that one.
That was after our time.
I don't think we were around for that one.
First of all, number one. Number two is, how is it not similar to the Ime Udoka situation? How did he not get fired or reprimanded for that?
It's a good question. We weren't there for it. It's a clear abuse of power. I don't have a great answer. I mean, he was the executive producer, I think, at the time. It's a good question. I wasn't there, so I was gone. I think you were gone too.
I was gone too. I don't know. He's a valuable guy. You know,
That's true.
He
Yeah, you
survives.
can't replace a guy like that. He's the fucking host of the morning show.
Right.
now,
He's the
so
morning host, producer,
he's a big
works
star at the
weekends.
station. Yeah, he'll do whatever. It's a good question though. I don't know you should contact Mark Hannon. Ask him. He'll tell you. He'll give you a good answer on that. Jerry's guy. Jerry said he was a great guy.
Oh,
Mark Hannon. You did.
I did.
Yeah. Stop. You said you loved Hannon. You did.
I don't anymore.
He wasn't a bad guy.
I don't anymore.
He wasn't a bad guy.
I said he wasn't a bad guy. He's just weak.
Fucking pussy.
Just weak.
Yeah, pussy. Hello.
Kirk, Bernie Kosar here, number 19, Cleveland Browns.
Bernie, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. Just wanted to let you know I got my Halloween costume. I'm going as Commander Dick Scobie of the Challenger.
The Challenger, yeah. I figured Bernie. Yeah.
The only one problem is there's just so many bits and pieces of it. Just so many bits and pieces.
I understand, Bernie.
All right, I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you, Bernie. Bernie Kosar calls every once in a while. He's obsessed with the Challenger.
Why?
I don't know, but it's what Bernie Kosar is obsessed with. I don't know why.
Jerry, did you hate phone calls on the radio? Like, you hate this. You can just tell.
Well, Jerry used to go nuts if we didn't get phone calls. I would say we just got a 15 rating last week.
Come on, get the phones. Get the phones.
Oh,
Come
you
on.
want them to rattle off their question quick and then drop
No, he
them
wants
and
them to
then
talk about the stuff he wants to talk about. I'm telling you, he's
Why,
now.
does Kirk look like he's having a blast over there?
No, these are rough calls today.
But Jerry's not playing along. He's hurting it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's his tension.
Any more? Is it? Are we done?
Are they loaded up?
They're
there?
loaded up.
They'll
Okay,
always
let's
load
go.
up.
I'm ready to play along. Let's go.
It's not going to work now.
Let's go.
Why don't you take calls on your show?
I don't think my producer knows how.
That's probably true.
Yes, he does.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I have a question for Jerry.
He's here.
Yeah, Jerry, I heard you're a big Clay Travis fan. You know it's all fake, right?
Oh, he's not a real Clay Travis fan.
When did I say that?
You're not a Clay Travis fan.
I never said it was.
It's like you're pretending like Will Kane. It's just bullshit.
No, I love Will Kane.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
Will Kane put me on the Tucker
I know,
show.
but you don't think he's good.
He's good.
Oh, yeah, what do you like?
You've definitely lied and said you like Clay Travis a lot.
I agree with him on things.
You told me his show stinks with Buck Sexton.
Oh,
You said that.
I haven't listened. I have not listened.
Oh, you fucking liar.
What are you
Unbelievable.
talking about? I listened like the first show.
You said you haven't listened.
Right. I haven't listened lately.
What do you think of the first show?
It was a struggle.
Yeah, it stinks.
I told you what I said to Buck Sexton. I said, you guys have to fight.
What'd he say?
And he said, no, we're buddies. Or what? I said, no, that's not. I said,
that's the reason you should fight.
Right. I was on
You're
his
stammering
show.
now. Which is it?
Either he was on mine or I was on his. And he was about to start with Buck, about to start with Clay. And I said, you guys have to mix it up. And he said, no. And I go, no, trust me. And he acted like he was interested in my opinion because I had done a 2-man show for 20 years. And I said, the key is you have to have some tension. You have to fight and debate and disagree.
Rush Limbaugh had a lot of tension on his show. Just a lot of
I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But
there weren't two people
only
on.
one
I know,
person on that
and
show.
the audience doesn't want that. They just want
But
one
Rush,
person.
whether you like
spewing-
Rush or not, he was a great broadcaster.
He was
These
a great
guys,
broadcaster,
these guys are not.
The audience doesn't necessarily want like Kirk and Callahan.
I don't want. It's a fair.
So why have two people if they're both going to agree on everything?
That's a fair point. They shouldn't have two.
I honestly think I've said
Well, they
this. I
do.
swear to God, I
It's
think
too-
our show was the last show where I feel like where that happened. Maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't happen. Like Tucker can't get people on to fight with him. They won't come on.
Right.
But you know what? The highest rated show,
Gresham Keefe, I guess.
and the highest rated show in cable news is The 5, and it's a marvel. It starts at 5:00, and it beats every other show because there is some tension and some debate. Not a lot. There's only one liberal.
I'm sure there's a huge.
Well,
doesn't really
when-
count. Fox
when,
beats everything anyway, so it
when
doesn't
one-
really count.
No, what are you talking
This is
about?
Greg
you think
Gutfeld
the
and his shitbox show beats every late night show.
You think the 5 is like our old show?
No, I didn't say that. I said there's a little tension, and no one else has that kind of thing going. I mean, obviously, I love Tucker's monologues, and like
I've not
when he
heard
goes up-
Lori and Mark argue on Shark Tank. It gets pretty
No,
actually.
Jesus.
They do argue.
They did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all. That's all pretend.
What are you talking
See, I
about?
think the trend should be trying to duplicate what they do on the 5, what we did. This should be
Never going to happen.
Yeah, you know what Fox needs is some programming advice right
Fox
now.
doesn't need anything, but CNN sure does. CNN
But
sure
they're not
does.
going to. You know, they're not going to do it. Like radio's not going to. They're afraid of backlash. It's over.
But the only way to win or reclaim your place would be to
Oh
stand
yeah, like all
up.
the disagreement on 98.5, and they get fucking 25s. Why would they change anything?
They shouldn't.
Right.
They
I mean,
shouldn't.
it's I
But I don't think we're talking about them. I thought we were talking about like fixing.
you don't
stations.
actually think Gutfeld show is funny.
I think Gutfeld's funny.
No,
I think.
I
mean,
give up. This is just-
it's not
you're
like
talking about pretend.
laugh
Like,
a lot funny, but he's.
Yeah, who needs that?
I
Right?
like.
So like you're eternally laughing while you
I
watch
like
it?
criticism of the media.
You said
I like
it's funny.
that.
What's funny about it?
It is funny. It's funnier than Kimmel or
Who said that's funny? I
Colbert.
didn't say that's funny.
I said it's funny. Yeah,
Kimmel just got two more years, right?
Did he really?
think
His
so,
ratings
yeah.
are fucking
And he loses.
toilet. He loses to like
He lost to Shannon Bream at midnight.
he loses to like infomercials. He gets just like 14th. He got 2 more years.
I believe
I think
yeah.
Gutfeld
Probably
can be
15
funny,
million a year,
but
I
that's
bet.
not why I love him. I love him because he's mean and he goes after CNN guys. He goes after
I think he stinks.
Kimmel or goes after Biden. Whatever. I like
Three more years, at least 3 more years.
Probably 15 million a year. Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
See, I don't love Gutfeld's sidekicks like Kat. She does nothing for me. That's his sidekick. I'm sorry. He's not as big a name as Mr. Wonderful, but I don't
He's
like.
definitely not. He definitely is not. Definitely not.
How's that doing the ratings? I don't even know.
Terrific.
Oh, it's a monster.
Monster. Biggest show on television.
Sure.
Biggest. Hello. It's better than Yellowstone. Hello. They load up, Dave?
Hi, Kirk and Gerry. First time, long time. Gerry, great to hear from you. Obviously, I want to start by asking you about Mac Jones' 3 interceptions. But before we get to that, just a quick question. Would like to ask, would you rather receive a blowjob from John Fetterman with a droopy face or have sex with Sean Hannity? I'll hang up and listen.
That's a fair question.
Thank you very much.
That's a reason. See, you want a good. That's a good call. That's a good question.
You'd have to look at the lump in the back of Fetterman's head.
Well, the
the
guy's
whole
had some
time.
real medical issues. I don't think there's any reason. The problem with Hannity though is he's like a black belt. You don't want to mess with him.
That's true.
He brings
He's
his.
a
Does he bring his?
Yeah.
What was the story? He brought his sensei with him on the road or
Yes,
something.
yes.
Fucking hard.
He only makes $36 million a year.
He's a hardo. You would admit that.
Yeah, he's a hardo, but he's a successful hardo.
Oh, for sure. But that's not what we're saying. Of course, but he's a hardo though. You don't like him.
I don't know if I'd be like friends with him if I knew him.
God, no fucking chance.
I'd love to hang out with Tucker though, up in Maine, up in that island.
I can see if I'll see if I can make that happen.
Yeah, why don't you? We'll go up together. We'll go hang with him.
You've been on the show, not me.
He wasn't there that day.
That's right. The great Will Kane.
Will Kane was
the
the
great
host.
Will Kane.
Great, I love Will Kane.
Great
They
Will
were
Kane.
they were this close to booting me, and he stood up and said, "Let's have one."
Yeah, Will Kane's a real man of conviction.
Yes, I like him.
I always say hello, Dick. Good evening. Nope.
Not gonna happen.
1 or 2 more.
What do you say?
Leave this fucking phone on. The TV on. Hello.
Kirk.
Yep.
You watching Cobra Kai?
I watched it. You know what I do with Cobra Kai? I just blow through all the kids scenes. I just fast forward through them all.
Perfect. And how's Jerry's coffee doing?
Oh, that's a good question.
Good.
So what are you, CallahanCoffee.com?
I don't even keep track of it. I should. Yep,
Well, that's where you go, right?
CallahanCoffee.com.
Okay.
The money gets directly sent into the account, so I don't know.
I mean, I asked Ryan Whitney this question last week, so I feel like it's only fair to ask Gerry.
Okay.
Do you drink your own coffee, Gerry?
I have, but I also have a Keurig, so I don't grind my own beans, but I broke out the old coffee maker and made it when they sent it to me. And I occasionally, when I want like a whole pot, I will do that.
Oh, good. It's good. I don't drink coffee, so
I've not had one complaint, not one.
Really?
It's good.
Oh, good. Have you tried it, Dave?
No, I haven't.
You drink coffee, don't you?
I do. I'd love to try.
You in the order though? You
No.
try to help Craig and Gerry out?
Did you see my guy Mike Lindell came out with his own coffee right after I did?
Wow, I bet you it's really good. It's just really delicious.
Is it called My Coffee?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I heard aren't like a lot of
That guy will wind up in jail. They're just going to put him in jail for no reason. They'll go to jail for like 40 years or something.
He's close.
He's definitely.
He's just always bitching about something. Like he's just constantly bitching.
He was behind us.
People
he was,
bitch about
He was
stuff.
behind us in Houston.
No, was he?
My pillow was there, and he came by a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember he was. I think like
Was that what you and
I think Glenn had him on.
you and El Guerrero were having ice cream together?
That was Minnesota. I think this was Houston.
Oh,
yeah, Houston. What happened in Houston?
oh, that's when you flipped out.
No, that was Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. No, Houston was a pretty mild week. I think that was when the merger got announced. We were there.
Oh, that's right.
That was when Tangway fucking went nuts on Curtis at dinner one night, like out of nowhere, like fucking went insane. And like I was having dinner with Curtis, Tangway, Bertrand. I did not pay for dinner, and like Zolak or something. And he went nuts on him, like screaming, like fucking lost his mind. I don't talk to Gary at all. So
I don't either. He just disappeared, but
Yeah,
he was fun. Well
he's great.
lasted.
No, he's great.
He was a good third man in.
Yeah.
maybe the best.
At his best, he was the best.
Reamer was pretty good.
Reamer was great. Mutt was great.
Trenny, when she wanted to be.
Trenny Casey.
Trenny Casey.
Yeah.
And Mutt, of course.
Is that divorce happened yet or no? I predict
haven't
that
seen anything.
2024. I say they get divorced.
Yeah.
That guy is not.
She must be tweeting about this Udoka thing. She's, always.
Oh, I don't know.
I should pause here and note.
I missed that.
I don't think she's. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she stays out of trouble.
Just think
now.
how well that show did when we had all those crazy people on and fought and screamed, and Gary'd storm out of the studio and
True, Alex.
you'd take your clothes off.
Alex talked about pouring
Going to
beer
the
down his
glory
asshole
hole
or whatever, and fucking Mutt was drunk, and Tomasi, and
now it's just every day. Mac Jones, Tom Brady, Mac Jones.
I was at the Post Malone concert, and Marcus Smart said, "What's up?"
It was so good to see.
And it was a unifying moment in America. It was like George Bush throwing out the first pitch. All right, we'll take a couple more, Dave. All right. It's a big football game on tonight.
Hey,
Hello.
Gerry, two-part question. First, are you planning on being in Portland, Maine in late March of next year?
It's a live show at the State Theater.
When is your live show, Gerry?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would go to that.
Why do you do it in March? That's a bad time to be in Maine.
Late March? I don't. But why?
It's a good theater.
I don't care. It's cold.
Nice city.
So what?
Really
Who
cold.
cares?
I don't go north after Thanksgiving.
Well, don't go.
Okay.
Gun to your head. When are you going to do a live
I never
show?
get invited. You never invited me to
Invited?
any
Buy
of
a
the shows.
ticket.
Well, I don't want to buy a ticket.
Well, then don't buy
We
one.
used to be friends.
When are you
Buy
going to do a live
ticket?
show? When are you
You're
going to do a live
shitting
show?
Me. You should be giving me like a hat or something.
I don't have hats. I don't think, do we? I don't even know. God doesn't have any merch. What? Yeah, doing like a small live show or something big live? You think about doing
I wouldn't know how. I'd have to, hire all your
Colleen
people.
will do it for you.
Yeah.
Right, Dave?
Sure.
Whatever you want. Wouldn't you want to do one though? Like just see what it's like, no?
I would love to. I don't know how.
Well, neither do I.
Well, you got people.
Why don't you do your Friday night thing? Do a small one with Gerry the night before, like a.
Shut up. Go ahead, take some more. I don't want your ideas. Fucking idiot. Hello.
Kirky, what's going on?
What's up?
I got two quick questions, if you don't mind. One for you, one for Gerry.
Sure.
First one for you, of course, it has to be a Shark Tank related question.
Sure. Gerry can help too.
Do you prefer when like the people coming in to pitch kind of come in with a little like script?
No.
Is
Mike Campbell of the Heartbreakers. Tom Petty, don't bore us. Get to the chorus. I do not like this fucking. No. Just let's go. I want. You can give me your name. Tell me where you're from, but then I want what your evaluation for the company is. That's it.
I'm the same way, but
I didn't ask for your
like,
opinion. I didn't ask for your opinion. You asked for mine. You call my show. I don't care. I don't care about your fucking opinion.
That's fair.
What did the song
can
say?
I ask my question to Gerry real quick?
What's that, Gerry? What'd you say?
The song you just quoted. What song?
No,
is
Mike Campbell talked about the theory of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which was don't bore us, get to the chorus with songs.
At the wedding I went to yesterday, every table was a band or a singer. That's how they set up. I was at the Tom Petty table.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. But
My brother's really into music, and the
were there
music
songs
was,
there, like at the table for Petty? Or?
No, but every song had meaning, and there was a lot of quotes from songs and all the speeches.
Springsteen?
Yes. Oh, Springsteen didn't have his own table, but there was some song played. I forget what. Forget what it was. Probably Hungry Heart.
40th anniversary of Nebraska just is happening right now.
Single most depressing album ever made, which is why I like it.
It's a fucking great album, though. It's fucking great. It's great. I love Bruce again. That guy got over that thing with the tickets. It's fine. We all make mistakes.
Hey, plus, I still like him, even though he's a friggin' commie.
Yeah, but you can't worry about that.
I don't.
Life's too short. You can't worry about that stuff musically. Go ahead. Ask Gerry a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so first of all, Gerry, you're a fraud for not drinking your own coffee. Like,
That's
come
true.
on, bro. You have your own coffee brand.
Good point.
Second of all, quick question for you. When is the last time you fucked your wife?
This is what I mean. That's not an appropriate question.
This is awesome.
That's not an appropriate question. They're calling laughing away. It's not an appropriate question.
Are you really laughing at that?
Yeah, they've asked me that before, so whatever. Happened to you
Oh,
now.
let me check. That was about 6 hours ago.
I didn't say.
It's football should making you food, right? Hello.
Kirk?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, this is Roger Maris. Hey,
Hi, Roger. How are you?
So I went to Taffer's Tavern the other night. I called.
Oh, Mike, Blind Mike. One second, Raj. Blind Mike went to Taffer's Tavern the other night, which is they built all that shit up in Watertown now, where like that mall used to be. You know, the old one.
Yeah.
Have you been there at all or no?
No.
Where's that date? What's it called?
I don't know what it's called.
Like the Arsenal area now.
Yeah,
it's like crazy. Huge movie theater there and everything.
Really?
So you know who John Taffer is?
Bar Rescue.
I don't really know who it is either. But Mike Gerry Blind Mike went the other night, and we think was clearly is getting paid by them or something, because he gave like a bullshit review, like just like it was uncomfortable. So anyway, go ahead, Rod. You went the other night, and by the way, all the reviews on Google are fucking killing it. They're like, it's awful.
What's it called? Taffer's Tavern?
Taffer's Tavern. Yeah. Go ahead.
Taffer's Tavern. Yeah, no. So I went. I told him Blind Mike sent me, and he brought me out a prison cocktail, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it tasted like shit. It wasn't good, but I haven't felt normal since. But I did have a question for you. I know Clapton came to Boston the other weekend. I was curious if you're a Clapton fan, and if so, what are your guys' favorite songs?
I'm okay with them.
Hang up and go.
Mac Jones is high ankle sprain for Mac Jones.
I like him because he was so anti-lockdown.
No, we're talking about music.
Rebellious.
Let's move on from that. Talk about music.
But we're talking about politics with other musicians and bands. You know what you have to love is Layla from Goodfellas. We talked about that before. It's
Derek and the Dominoes, yeah.
And he's in the Hall of Fame for 4 different
I think
bands?
so. Yardbirds, Solo. Yeah, I think so.
Derek and the Dominoes, Yardbirds, Solo.
And I'm blanking. What would the fourth one be? I'll look it up. Go, we'll take one more, Dave.
Yardbirds, Derek and the Dominoes.
Yep. What is it? The other one must be blank.
No, it's all right.
Cream. Jesus
Cream.
Christ.
Yeah, I was going to say the first.
Fuck, Jesus.
First song
that's the first
ever
one I should have known.
on BCN.
Is Cream?
Yeah.
Really? Hello. Last call.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Question for Gerry. Do you love The Good Life?
Do I love The Good Life? Sure.
Are you a bon vivant?
Sure.
Yeah, you're a bon vivant?
Yes.
Are you also a pussy boy?
All right, thanks for the call.
I don't know what's an ongoing
Don't
theme.
worry.
I don't know if there's
Don't
a
worry.
theme.
It's really
like
okay.
that.
Don't worry.
It's a thread from
Gerry
another show.
Gerry doesn't listen to the show, so don't worry about it. All right, we're good with the calls. He's not a fan of the show. He doesn't have to be. It's okay.
He didn't come to the live show.
We operate in different circles now. It's okay.
Yeah, well, we get along better when we don't,
I told you not to listen to the show. You don't listen to the show.
Told me not to listen.
Yeah.
Did what I was told.
Yeah, I'll listen to your show occasionally. There's something I like if I see it.
Yeah, but I don't attack you on my show. I never.
You're certainly welcome to.
I never told. Oh yeah, right.
I'll fight back.
I never told people not to subscribe to your show.
But that's getting people to subscribe to your show, though. That's how it works.
You can't always have the excuse of that.
Why?
I don't.
Oh, because you took it personally then, Dave? Because when I got mad at you that time, you texted me back and you took it personally?
No, I think that's a business move of a friend. Like if you're fucking with their subscribers,
don't go unsubscribe to it. What do you want me to do? I got my own problems. What do you want me to say? Buy the coffee and go to locals and spend the money there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gives a shit if you subscribe to the Apple Podcast.
Was Kowloon just defending me? I couldn't quite figure that out.
Quickly. He was a fucking. That was a mistake, right, Dave?
It was. I don't even know what came out of my mouth.
Well, you'd rather people unsubscribe on Apple and fucking subscribe to locals.
Definitely.
That's money.
Definitely.
Well, it's money on Apple too. I mean,
is it though? I don't even know. Is it?
I mean, I sell some ads.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, subscribe there.
Get paid by downloads.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, it sucks. I mean,
why do you
as
hate,
I always say,
podcasts suck.
Kirk you could never do what I do. You don't have the
Fail?
patience.
No, I could not. No,
you don't have the patience. You just every day you just feel like saying, "Screw this." But
why do you hate Bob Snyder now, as well?
Oh, you do hate Bob Snyder?
I don't hate him.
That's not what I'm hearing out there.
Where do you from?
I
home?
never said that.
I
Never
think
said
you told me that.
I like him.
Oh, that probably made it up.
I like him.
All right.
In
Well,
fact,
Dave,
I need a Bob Snyder on the national level. That's what I talked about with you. And of course, you didn't help me out. You just talked about it in your show.
You said I could, and you're like, call Big Cat and ask for his agent. I'm like, what the fuck is his agent gonna do?
I didn't say call Big Cat.
You did. You said who's Big Cat's agent?
I did not. I said do any of your guys. I didn't specify.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, you did. What's Big Cat's? You
disagree.
think Big Cat's agent books his commercials on Pardon My Take?
No, that's not the only thing that I'm trying to deal with. That's not the only thing.
What? You didn't specify.
Yeah, I mean,
like what?
You know exactly what I'm dealing with.
I don't. What?
You do.
I don't have to worry about
I'm dealing
stuff.
with big podcast companies.
Right.
You know?
I don't
there
know.
Are people there are intermediaries out there. Yes, you do.
And what's Dan Katz going to do about that?
He's not. But if he knows a guy that knows the business.
Do you understand, Dave,
like
or no?
Bob Snyder on the national level. Bob Snyder's a local podcast.
To be honest with you, I don't think Dan Katz knows anybody like that. I can ask
Fine.
him. I don't.
That's all we talked about.
But what are you saying? I don't understand.
You just
Do you understand, Dave, or no?
I kind of do.
What do you
but
mean?
It's
What's
the
he
same
saying?
conversation he's been having for 2
So
years.
intermediary, you mean like
Yeah,
you mean
he
like
needs somebody that has connection to the big major media companies to
But they're not going to do shit. They don't do anything.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
have
fine.
one.
Why would
You've already failed with 2 of them, haven't you?
What are you going to care about you for?
They
though?
suck.
I don't even mean that. I don't mean that as a negative. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody. What the fuck do they?
No,
Barstool cares about you.
I think conservative ones would help him.
Yes,
the right one.
Right.
Well, great. I don't think Dan Katz knows that conservative.
I don't care about Dan Katz. I said, do any of your guys, meaning guys you know, like your buddy Ryan Whitney or or
Ryan
any of
Whitney
these
does not
other.
tie his fucking shoes. Legitimately, do you think Ryan Whitney knows the intermediaries guys for the podcast?
No, I do
No
not.
fucking way. If I think of somebody, I'll let you know. I don't know. Colin would know, but you should ask Dave. He would know better than
No,
me.
Jerry never listened to me because
we've
he sucked
always
off
talked
Bob
about it.
Snyder. That's what he
Well, that was
did.
a
He trusted
mistake.
Bob Snyder instead of Dave Conant.
What?
Got him on Butch
Dragged his
Stearns,
feet
didn't
on
it?
every fucking deal. Dragged
What are
his
you
feet.
talking about?
Outkick, dragged it, and then
I got a
trusted
deal.
Bob
I
Snyder.
had an
Nope.
Outkick contract in my hand.
And who
because of
got it?
Snyder.
No, fuck
that
you.
you?
Fuck you. No way. That was me,
I don't remember.
me, and you trusted Bob Snyder for that shitbox Podcast One company. It was a fucking joke. And I told you from day one they wouldn't promote you and it would be useless.
He could be right.
Sure,
I don't
listen to him.
remember.
He's really bright guy on that stuff.
But the Outkick, like a week later, got sold. Remember that?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
did it?
Outkick at least like
Oh yeah,
and they
to
Fox News.
right, yeah.
Outkick
That's
would
how
probably suck too.
Travis made all his money.
All
Outkick
right.
would suck too, but the idea is that Outkick tries to claim that they have an audience for their brand, right?
Right.
Barstool has an audience for their
I mean,
brand.
nobody's listening to that.
I don't
Outkick
think so
kind
either,
of
but it's better than Podcast One. It's not. You
I have no idea. You're probably right. I
not
don't
signing
I
with a
don't-
podcast company and them saying, "Oh, we're going to market you." It's always bullshit. It always will be bullshit. So you got to go to like a media company that has an audience.
Okay, get me one of those, Dave, and I'll give you a finder's fee.
Tried to, but you didn't listen.
Get Craig on it.
What are you talking about?
Craig can't do it for you? All right. Fall is here. Milton's, a store for men, is everything
mean
you
I
need to
can go
stay
now?
warm. You can go if you'd like.
Are you done?
I'm going to read the Miltons, then we'll talk for a minute and then wrap it up. But, you remember Milton's, right?
Sure.
Well, your mic's working. You don't remember Milton's?
Sure. Yeah.
When are we going, Dave?
I'm going to text them.
Okay.
Yeah.
To go see Bill and all the guys at Milton's and have a big lunch and have a good time. We're on YouTube. Why you give me the middle finger?
Can I give the middle finger on
Yes,
YouTube?
of course you can. Buy one, get one free suit event going on right now. Social Plaza Braintree, Chestnut Square, Chestnut Hill. Jerry knows that well. Now open at the Burlington Mall, of course, we've been there, or shop online at miltons.com. Get all your great deals. Get all your clothes, your hoodies, your Henleys, jeans, coats on, Bahama Vineyard Vines, North Face. Get moving right now. Go to miltons.com. Milton's, the original sponsor of the Kirk Minihane Show and our favorite partners of all time. Partners since day one, partners till I am done. Go to miltons.com right now and tell them the Kirk Minihane Show sent you. Anything else, Dave?
Oh, I think we're good. Yeah.
So Mike Wednesday, Mike Thursday, we're thinking?
Yeah, Thursday 9 a.m. tickets. So get ready.
Thursday 9 a.m. tickets. Wednesday. So we have nothing else of note this week that we know of yet?
No.
There's something else I was going to bring up, like show related. I forget what it was. Happened over the weekend. I don't know. Why did the Clemmer, what was the, they played the clip of me with the trivia, right? That's why Chris tweeted that.
Oh, and like, didn't Alex respond to you saying she was trained, like they had to train or something like that? Yeah. I don't know.
It's not fucking no, whatever. So that's next Thursday?
Oh, right. Yeah.
A week from Thursday?
Yep.
Are you going to go or no?
Yeah.
You to New York, you are?
Yeah, it's just a day trip, right?
I'm going, I'm going to go take the Acela in the morning and the Acela
at night. Yep.
At night.
Yep.
No, done. I can't spend more than a day in New York. I fucking have no patience for cities anymore.
Are we doing that mini golf thing or what?
In Florida? No, probably not.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Why?
Because it's just you're registered, your name's on there, everything. I don't know.
When we go to jail?
No.
Who cares?
I'm just making sure.
I mean, OG, you made like it's terrible. Who cares?
No, just making sure. Got to open up a spot for other people then at that point. So
I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I'll tell you what. I didn't think of fucking Dustin Johnson or Brooks Koepka really once this weekend.
I know. Yeah.
Nobody. It's Cam Smith. I did because
although I did think the other team needed some
Neiman
help.
and Smith for sure. But that that might have been the difference for or made it closer, I guess. But I respect that you're a Republican. But you're not pretending like Live Golf is awesome like the Republicans are.
No, but I will defend their right to take Saudi money because I grew up in a Raytheon household, and Raytheon has a headquarters in Riyadh.
Well, I think it'd be more. I think the truth is like
every big sponsor of the PGA Tour does business in Saudi Arabia.
I think the PGA should just say from the start
hypocritical.
we're against them just because they're trying to fucking bust us. That's all. Like that.
But they use the Saudi thing.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
As
That's
some kind of moral,
it's not. I
club
agree.
to beat them with, and it's ridiculous because our president was just there doing fist bumps with the Saudis.
It's true.
So our president's supposed to do business with them, but Cam Smith, this half-wit.
You think Brooks Koepka is particularly motivated politically, or Dustin Johnson?
One of my favorite imitations you ever did was it Koepka or
it was
Dustin
Koepka and Johnson talking?
Oh, it was both
We had
together.
a conversation. I remember what it was.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good, and that's why they're just these soulless, brainless
just
automatons go out there and hit a golf ball, and we're supposed to say, "Whoa, no." You're supposed to have a moral compass here.
I did wonder
You're not
today.
supposed to take
I did
Saudi
think- I did
money
think Cam
because Jamal Khashoggi, whatever his
I
name.
did watch today. I was like, I wonder if Cam Smith is like, this sucks. Like, I can't do this today.
Well, I think
or the
they're
Masters
all,
next year.
I think
They
they're all
definitely
like
are saying
that, but
that.
they have
They
a
definitely
number.
are saying that.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
saying it, but they have a number. We all have a number.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I
and they
understand.
meet that number. You say, okay, I'm set for life. I'll never have to fly commercial again.
But he's already set for life.
But it's all relative.
I
He's
know.
more
but-
set.
I guess, but he might never play in the Masters again.
He will after. He's still young enough to play in 5 years from now. But
Yeah, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe.
but everyone has their price, right?
Well, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think Cam Smith got $300 million or something.
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No.
That's my sources
I
told
thought
me.
it was like 100 or something.
I have good sources.
And what's his face turned it down? The guy from Japan,
Hideki Matsuyama.
Matsuyama turned it down. What was it? 600.
$600 million.
Jesus.
But but I don't know where they don't. But I'm always like, why this? But they don't care. They'll just spend money. They don't care if they make any money off it.
You have to use that as leverage to get more money somehow. Like I don't care who.
Well, here's the truth. Like Mickelson did that thing after the Ryder Cup with Tom Watson. Remember that press conference where he bitch and moaned?
Yeah.
And now they have that committee completely in place, and it seems like they're rolling right now. Mickelson bitched and moaned and went to live, and now the PGA Tour players are making way more
and he
money.
can throw it back in their face and say, "You owe me."
Right. I mean, now his way of like the way he does it isn't perfect, and I think Mickelson's got a lot of issues. But he should. You're right. He should for guys like Cam Young and all these guys should be.
Pat Perez got like $40 million.
It's true.
You think he should have stayed because he might win the Masters?
Definitely not. No,
Pat
but Cam Smith, I think, is a different argument. Like he's in his 20s.
But he also won. He won a major.
He won the Open, right?
He won the PGA.
He won the Open.
No, but I mean
the other thing, not the PGA, the fifth.
He won the Players.
I mean that Matsuyama. How do you say it? Matsuyama? I can't say it. But if he was offered $600 million, he should go to the PGA and say, "They just offered me this. I don't care. It doesn't have to be $600 million, but I better be making more money."
But essentially, that's what happened.
No, it happened kind of organically because of Phil, but that's a legit offer. Like,
but I don't think it was that organic. I think stuff like that started to happen, and they were like, "We can't lose these guys." Because I mean, like they had that small meeting that Tiger flew in for. Neiman was at that meeting, and so was Cam Smith, I think, and they were like, that was part of the reason. Like, we want to keep you guys. We want to keep Matsuyama. We're going to make this happen for you. Neiman wound up leaving, but that's why Matsuyama stayed. It was all that extra money.
The extra stuff, yeah.
I mean, the money they're making now is insane.
Dustin
he obviously
Johnson
knows
made
his
more,
global.
more money like in a month than Liv that he made like in the last 3
But
years.
He must have had $300 million though before that, just in endorsements and just right.
Yeah, but it's all. So,
I agree.
So
I agree.
In your mind,
no,
it should take
hasn't
less money.
Hasn't Pat Perez made more money every single Live tournament than the PGA winner?
My thing is if I could see like Pat Perez, no brainer. Phil Mickelson at this point is 52, no brainer. If I'm Cam Smith, though, I actually think there's an internal debate before I do it.
See, but I think
you don't think there's any debate in his mind where he's like, I can't.
But I think in there, He's already won a major. He's already made a lot of money, and now.
Yeah, but how about winning? But how about winning 7 majors?
Yeah,
but he's not going to make $200 million.
Think of this.
Yeah, he will.
His first
endorsements
was his second tournament he played. He made $4 million. He won.
I agree. I agree. But
lousy field. 3 days.
I'm not even saying I wouldn't do it. I'm not even saying I wouldn't do it. I'm saying
Here's what they do.
What I'm saying is there's no. I guarantee you, he, unlike Dustin Johnson, really had to think about it.
But they're
no doubt.
They're very competitive guys, right?
Well, not really.
What happens?
They left.
But what happens when they tell them the PGA is screwing you? Come with us. Don't let them screw you. And they say, you're right. They're screwing me.
But then you're just getting. I mean, who's they? Greg Norman?
Yeah, Norman and Mickelson.
Well, then you're.
Yeah, but they have to prove that the PGA is screwing them or has been screwing them.
Look at the money.
Saudi money. That's like not real. That's not real money.
Here's the truth, though. The truth is,
money.
though, the PGA is giving them way more than they gave them 9 months ago, so they were screwing them.
Yes,
right?
fair.
Exactly.
But the problem is
finding money left.
So the question is, what does Jay Monahan, my friend Jay Monahan, what does he do 4 years from now when the Saudis move on? They start throwing Steph Curry $260 million a year to play basketball, which is going to happen, right? They'll just move on to another sport. And they say, golf, fuck it, it's just a toy. Like, how long does Monahan say, fuck you for? A year? Spend 2 years? Because if Cam's was 33 and Liv is done, he's not going to be done playing golf.
I'm going to withhold judgment until they get a TV deal and we can watch.
It's never going to happen.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
You want to bet?
I mean, sure, I'll bet you. Yes, I'll bet you $1 million.
We'll bet some Teddy. What are those? Teddy Grahams?
Yes, that was the old Dino bet. Yeah, we'll do that. Yes. Yeah.
We'll bet. They will get a TV deal.
Where?
There's just so many networks.
ABC?
There's just so many TVs. Stations, channels, networks. There's just so many outlets.
But Saudis don't even care.
And
they don't even care.
Yeah, but
about TV
I know you. You're an addict like I am. You start watching.
I'm not watching this fucking shotgun shit. Fucking it stinks.
Yes, you are.
It stinks. It stinks.
Yes, you are.
There's no drama to it. There's going to be drama like there was today.
How many times in the last month have you looked for something and the Golf Channel either has the women on it,
which I watch,
right? So it's going to be better than that,
I guess. But there's no stakes. Doesn't matter.
The winner gets $4 million.
I don't care about that. They're all rich. The money's never meant anything to me when I watch it. Nothing.
I think they should talk more about the money. How much a putt is worth at the end. That kind of thing. I like it.
It's not going to work. But anyway, who cares? All right. So go to local. What is it?
Callahan.locals.com. Or just go to where you get your podcasts.
It's everywhere,
and
right?
subscribe. It's in Apple. It's on Spotify.
You do it every day?
I just saw the whole breakdown of what percentage. It's like Apple first, Spotify second, and then there's like at the bottom, there's things I never heard of where people listen.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. Geez, I've never seen that.
Yeah. It's a lot you don't know.
And you do a show every day?
Every day.
Jesus Christ. Fucking lunatic. Can't even
Every day.
imagine.
Trying,
How do you do
man.
that?
Trying.
Couldn't
I
do
don't
that.
know.
I did the show every day last week.
Yes, you did.
5 shows.
Yep.
Holy crap. How'd you pull it off?
Some were like 20 minutes. But I told you last year, my deal. 1 show a week. What?
I'm starting to hate you
You
again.
wouldn't do that?
I'm starting to hate you again.
Why?
You got such a great deal here, man. You got a great setup.
Oh, look at this
You got
place.
the
It's
easiest
fucking
job
heaven.
in the
Just
world.
Killed a cockroach.
Did you?
I don't know if it's a
How'd it go on Friday? I guess not well.
I
Yeah,
guess
you getting
not.
a new
Yeah, I
studio?
don't know.
Colleen's fucking it up. That's true. I mean, you are fucking up the studio
I
situation.
just haven't seen places that I liked. What do you want me to say?
All right, good.
Want me to put you in another dump? I'll put you in another dump.
All right. Well, anytime you'd like me to come on the show. I was on your show recently. So
Yes, you were. And I got big numbers that week.
Oh, good. I'm happy to help. All right. So go support Gerry. Go follow him. Colleen, we're back Wednesday with Mike. Correct. All right. We'll talk to you then. Goodbye. Oh, thanks.